Yeah.
And we're going.
Hello.
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 We are back for another session of Star Wars D&D. However, tonight's may be a little shorter and less action-packed than normal, as we have one of our members missing, Robert, playing Count. And for that, we'll jump into the recap now. So, last session was started off because it just got out of combat with three of the, I believe they were lieutenants, that as he labeled them with a rank. And patching stuff together started as you talk to the Gray Man, who nobody still asked the name. Oh no, you guys asked his name, and found out his name was. Let me flip through. I have a lot of
Aegis.
Aegis.
Mhm.
Sorry, I have a lot of notes for people I've been writing. And his name was Aegis. After talking to him for a little bit, trying to get motivations, reasons, organization info, he gave all you a bit of a tip. And you guys found out that somebody had placed bombs in certain key locations on Cloud City, including one of them being the harvester for the Tabana gas, and then the 4 main generators for the anti-gravity effect that keeps the city up. And while all this was going on, of course, Jordan and Sorcerer were trying to pry Mrav out of a heavy set of restraints. Obviously, in a little bit of a hurry afterwards, you guys passed Mrav off to the Sentinels to get medical attention before relaying the situation, and were sent to check out the harvester towards the center, lower end of the city for the Tabana gas, to check it for bombs and explosives. Getting there, you guys managed to find a number of smaller explosives, and at one point a small counter on the side of a terminal. It proved to be problematic, however, when Chani asked Packet to check for more, and he found one at the location at the very end of the harvester, almost. After a few close calls on that, Chani managed to disable the bomb and pull it off, slowly climbing back up before everybody decided just to head on back out. And as they were walking out to leave, apparently one of the bombs went off at one of the other locations, and the city tipped for a moment before righting itself. But all in all, it seemed to be relatively safe at the end of it. And coming to the mutual agreement to just skip planet time. It's time to get out of here. You all managed to sneak onto your ship, where we doing various little projects and the like on the way back before meeting back up at the Sentinels and giving a debriefing to Sato, who at the end of it let you guys all know that you're on a mandatory off work time, mandatory rest period after intense events. And it'll be the morning after that we come back to. I give everybody the moment to speak, and it just goes quiet.
Sorry, I'm in the process of doing like 3 things at once.
Fair.
Someone
I was gonna
decided
say,
now's a great
earlier
time to
in
mow
the
their yard.
Yeah. I would say in the morning, fairly early on, Joran, Count will knock at your door. You will hear a knock on your door, and if you open it up, it's easy enough to find out. It's Count there, handing over the shield and a harpoon gun and one of his lightsabers with the requests he gave you last time.
Just gives him a 2-finger salute and says, "Right on it."
He'll just nod and say, he'll let you know that he's going to get a trainer from one of the Sentinels to practice with, to try and refine his technique for combat readiness before the next mission, and walk off.
Uh, um.
Everybody does get a ping from Sato saying you guys all, letting you all know on one of your message boards that you do have a reward of sorts in the lab for the quick response time due to the bombings to stop by whenever you get time.
Well, Johnny be heading there anyway, so she has projects to which to make.
I'm assuming Sorsha hears prize and she slings out of bed and she runs as fast as she can.
Well, it's a text thing, so it'd be when you woke up.
Johnny also requires Sorsha for
Yes, hers.
boots and
She
stuff.
has her volume on. It wakes her up. It wakes her up and she just runs towards the reward.
Okay, so Sorsha's running towards it already. You said Shawnee was
Probably.
heading there already. Is
Sure,
anybody else
probably.
just getting up and heading?
Jordan would probably head that way because money. Am I quieter than normal?
Not
No.
particularly.
Okay.
Eva, what are you doing? Are you going to check in like them or something else?
I'm gonna go as well.
Okay, so oddly enough, everybody meeting up from their rooms are all roughly nearby, so you probably all go to leave roughly the same time from what it's sounding like and head that way and meet up in the hallway before getting to Sata's lab. And walking in, he's finishing up something. It looks like he's messing with a suit of armor. And as he's walking, he's like, "Oh, yes, you all got it," and came rather quickly, it seems.
Well, when money's involved, we probably tend to hop to.
Misunderstanding. Not money per se this time. Due to the nature of your contracts with the plea bargain, I can't give you direct monetary rewards, but there's ways around that. Like, for example, as he's finishing up a touch on one of this, what looks like similar to what you're wearing. Better armor. And he pulls out and sets out a box, like just a small, like not box, but folded up, almost suit of thing, one for each of you.
Sorsha gives that a little squeal.
Can't quite have any of our people doing work dying on the field. Bad for the reports, of course. And there's a tag on each one for the corresponding person, just because you guys are a lot of different sizes. Mechanically, it's a +1 to the current setup. Like, it's a similar set as what you have on now, but currently, +1.
Where do I add the +1?
And then you're going to stop and look at
just
Shawnee's
goes
from
to your
like,
AC. Your AC goes from whatever it is to one more than that.
Okay.
that might not work out so well for you, would it?
No, it's okay. Much akin to this one, I can just more or less change the parts over, but she'll kind of frazzle her hair a bit. That's more things I have to do.
Well, I can provide assistance with it if it help you speed it up, it seems.
Well, I'm probably gonna be in here for a while, so if you could.
Easy enough, I can help with that. Now, you guys are on your rest week, but you don't look like you're going to be settling any anything I can do to assist. I'm currently
Well-
just waiting for the data crunching to run through the algorithms.
Well,
We're the
since I'm
Sentinels, right?
yes,
Yep.
well, since I'm here, and apparently other people want me to do things, is there anyone else who wants me to add to this little list I've made for me to go and get?
You
Is there
have my
anything
grappling hook?
Yes, I have that.
Then I am good.
Explosive charges to put on the harpoons. If I need anything extra for the battery stuff, I don't think I will. That go on there. Has Johnny been able to looking around, does Johnny think that she has all the components necessary to make some of her other toy things, or does she think that she needs to add a few items to his shopping list?
Most of what you have wouldn't require anything particularly unique from the scrap piles and just random materials he has here and in the storerooms. You're probably okay.
Okay.
Yours don't require anything historic, particularly.
Sorsha is going to kneel down in front of the guy, and she's going to be like, Sato, and she's going to be like, put her hands together, and she's going to be like, teach me force!
I'm the wrong one to come to teach force, but we could get somebody to do it. Just not
Sorsha, if you're gonna be off doing that, I need to get a couple measurements because I have a few things that I have to make for you, including one that goes onto your armor. Hey Sato, can you help me install that since, you know, that's here too?
I can do that.
He'll just shrug. Easy enough.
Alright.
Give me something else to do besides plunking out requests.
I want to make sure that no one else needs anything before I leave, because when I leave, I'm not going to come back.
Well, you better come back with our stuff.
I'm not going to come back until I have everything.
Well, then say that. Don't say you're not going to come back.
Can you visit one of the nearby grocers and bring me back a juice?
Me too!
We have juices here.
Yeah, but this one's
Not that
Cafeteria
kind of
and the like.
juice.
this one's kind of special.
I am not your errand
Special
boy.
juice.
Okay.
I'm talking weapons. I will bring back a juice if you need it, but I'm talking weapons, armor, armaments.
I don't need
upgrades.
it for anything that I'm having to craft, so that's fine. Just thought it'd be nice to have.
Where do you want the juice from?
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
You heard what I said. Where do you want the juice from?
It doesn't matter. Just go.
Where do you want it from?
Just go.
Mandalorians are stubborn. You're not going to win this. Where do you want it from?
Why do I feel like this is just James and Eric in real life?
Yeah, you're probably right. But just
He's right. Us Mandalorians have a tendency to be very stubborn, so either
Ooh.
he gets
What's up
or
with the
he's
sound?
It does that. It's the thing. It does. Do the thing again. Sorry, Hope.
leave and rejoin, babe.
We need to track down what's causing
There we
that.
go.
We really do.
13-year-old computer, and it's only
Yeah.
getting older.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save up for a laptop here soon.
Like, if it makes it easier for all of you, we can just grab one of our interns.
Shush. Where do you want the juice from?
Johnny will begin to describe an out-of-the-way story.
Okay.
Fine. Do you want the same place? Sorsha.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Ava, do you want anything?
I'm fine.
You don't need any upgrades for weapons, any kind of different weapons, anything like that?
Take some juice.
I prefer tea, and no.
Fair.
Do you want a tea, then?
I like
I got
to
tea here.
actually.
Actually walks over to a cabinet and pulls out, I got tea. Puts it back, shuts it.
What kind
Anyway.
of tea?
A lot of.
Since no
Yeah,
one's
but-
saying
I don't
they
know
need
half
any
of
more armaments, I'm gonna go ahead and head off. If you need me, pretty soon I'm going to have a tech pad. Speaking
Fancy.
of which, you and I need to talk. And he gives you a look, Chani.
Oh.
That's an intimidating
Okay.
look.
Can you feel the tension?
So
Just
as
leans
soon
over to
as you're,
Sorsha.
as soon
Just
as
cut
you're
it like
free,
pea soup.
Just like
As soon as-
inches towards the lightsaber.
I'm sorry.
you done interrupting the character talk, DM?
Yeah, no, he's having one with Sorsha. That's him talking to Sorsha. I'm making jokes in the background.
I know, I'm fucking with you,
And
man.
one thing real quick.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but my romantic, obsessed ass immediately thought that look was something else.
Love.
I'm too obsessed with romance. I'm sorry.
I've told your ass before that I fucking hate romance in D&D.
I know
It's weird,
that.
it's awkward, and I'm not doing that with Eric. No fucking thank you.
I know.
I don't want to make this more
Santa.
awkward.
Anyways, continue on.
He's really just afraid of the fear of rejection.
Yeah, China's too good for you.
You're probably right.
I got
If
my jab
anyone
in.
need-
Go, Matt.
If anyone needs anything, call me. I should have a tech pad that linked up to the communicator crap that I have, so you could probably do the texting word things. Other than that, I'm gonna go. And he leaves.
Well, good luck.
He's already gone.
And he walks away.
She screams at him.
Just waves it off.
Out a window, if possible. She screams at him out a window.
Maybe
As
a
he's
door.
like-
This is kind of a blocked-in room. There's not really windows. That's a structural weakness in explosive events.
I just picture her. She's like, "Oh, I forgot to say goodbye," and she sprints as fast as she can to the door, and she screams out at him.
And he's just still walking away and kind of does the Vegeta wave off motion.
Oh, talk.
Bye.
All right. There's Jordan set up. I just want to ask real quick. Are you headed into that same store you went to before?
Well, first I'm gonna go to the juice place, but yes.
Okay.
Then it'll be warm by the time you
Juice
get it back.
last.
No, I have a plan. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Juice first.
Okay. So back to the lab for a moment. He's going to turn and says, all right, Sorsha, you wanted to... And he will, like, wiggle his fingers. Force.
Yes.
We can get an instructor for that easy enough. I, however, am not that person.
Oh.
But if you wait for just a short bit, it'll probably take a little bit, but somebody will be here to help with it.
Well, first,
As he's
Johnny will
fiddling with his data pad and sending stuff.
find like
Her
a tape
little
measure nearby.
Leku go like up and down.
Hmm?
Her little Leku go like up and down like happy.
Okay.
Johnny will find like
Tape
a
measure?
tape measure nearby. Sorsha, come here.
She does that.
Okay, now I know for one of your thing, I'm gonna need a couple blades, so... If you have any that you would really like me to work into your thing for the taser part of it, then go ahead and leave those here with me now. I'm also, if the armor came with boots, I'm also gonna need those, and hopefully it's all been fitted out and correctly whenever, right? And she'll kinda shoot a look at Sato.
Just sure, he's like, we took measurements when you guys did medicals here, so
Okay.
they should be edited to person.
So, leave a couple of those things with me, and then I'll get started on that. I also need to take a few things for a little extra project.
Dagger, if I give her my enchanted dagger, will that raise the ouchie?
For the, it won't work with the electrical boots because he has to run wiring through it, and they don't.
So it won't give an extra ouchie?
That dagger won't work in this case.
Then I'm
You
just
can leave
gonna-
it with him because nobody knows that, but I'll just go ahead and say to save us a little bit of time, that dagger won't work here particularly.
I'm just gonna leave the vibrator dagger then.
Okay. The vibra dagger.
And my boots. I'm also gonna leave my boots.
You could just leave the modified armor for now.
Nah, she's just gonna walk around barefoot.
Okay.
Sorsha, there's new boots and okay. That's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, she's still in the room. She's waiting for the instructor.
Don't worry about it.
Alrighty then.
I don't know what my feet are called.
Your
Feet.
feet are feet.
Are my feet just feet? Okay.
Your feet are feet.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. My tentacles have a fun name, so I didn't know if my feet had a fun name.
You're a humanoid. Your feet are just feet.
Okay, my feet. I like my feet to be free today.
Quick, somebody Google what feet or foot is in Twilight. But okay.
I have the pencil, the weighted one. That's all I got.
Well, I've got a couple things I need to start on.
Ow.
Eva, you doing anything here that needs attention given to?
Talk to.
Eva?
Dropping shit. Say again.
Do you need anything that requires my attention?
No, not at the time.
Okay, so I guess you're gonna go
Yeah.
spar with people, I'm assuming?
I'm sorry, what?
So I guess you're gonna go spar with people, I'm guessing? Unless you want to help out in the lab.
Sure, I'll help since my brain won't register the first half of that sentence.
I will
Are
say.
you going to go spar with people? You know, practice fight.
Yeah. No, I'll help out.
I will say, Joran did go to his room to put his new armor on first.
Okay.
In case he gets mugged in the street.
I mean, that's a possibility.
It'd
I
be a
don't
very
think
laughable
anybody-
incident.
I don't think anybody wants to mug him because he's walking around with one pistol on each
He's
side,
an armory.
pepper box on that
They
leg,
want to. They really want that juice.
a fucking two-handed sword on his back.
They really want that juice.
Now apparently a lightsaber on one side and a blaster rifle in front of him.
They want the
He is
juice, man.
He is a walking death machine.
Maybe they want to die.
I mean, if they're wanting to die, fucking go to the best place to go is to a Mandalorian.
Okay.
I think it's all the nearby ledges.
That too. That too.
People with suicide, like.
Well, if they don't want it to be considered a suicide, like a proper suicide, they want it to be death by combat and make it look like not a
Demonetized.
suicide.
Demonetized.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's a
you
no-no
do gotta
word.
watch.
That's
I
a
mean,
no word.
he doesn't get paid by ads anyway. This is
Anyways,
Twitch.
so heading out,
Eventually,
helping
he
out.
might.
Jordan's done. Ava's done. Sorsha's done.
Chani's coming
Chani's.
up with a lot of stuff.
Mm.
Chani's gonna be like our last step here. No offense, Eric.
It's okay. Everyone's going to be very happy with what I make. Or I am going to cry.
We're always happy with what you make.
So sitting down, and Sato, Eva, and Chani, you all are starting on little stuff here and there. Eva, you're mostly at this point an extra pair of hands, but it's still got its moments where it's using. It's going to be useful.
Didn't we say that Ava was what I am with? She's what I am with melee weapons.
But with vibro weapons, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's something. I know the plan ahead. It just doesn't quite fall under what she would be doing.
Oh yeah, no. I was just making sure in my own head because I didn't remember.
Yeah. But about 20 minutes along, somebody comes through, and he looks like a kind of burly-looking humanoid. Don't quite know what race he is. He's kind of pale, has white hair, has a little bit of antenna-like thing coming out of his head at one point. Like up from the hair would
Immediately
be.
thought cyborg.
No, but close. It's very like. It's very obviously made of flesh. It's not antenna like I mean like we used to that more like antenna like Buggeton is not quite right, but like a moth would be the closest I can say description-wise.
Mothman.
And he opens his mouth to say something, but a very like small, kind of slender hand, like you just see one of those sun on his shoulder. You just hear very quiet. No. You go along. This one I'm taking here. And walking in, after he just kind of looks back and goes to say something, then stops and just shrugs and turns and walks off. Walking in is very interesting figure, about very short, only like a little bit over 5 foot. Kind of like flowy brown to gold and red robes. Very tanned skin and like long gray hair coming down. But a very interesting part is like over the top half of the face, of her face, is a mask, and it covers up where you can't really see anything, and you looking at it wouldn't think she could see anything out of it. But walking in, she has just like a little smile on her face, just so I understand somebody needed some assistance with the force, you said, Sato.
You get
And he'll
trained
just
by
turn
the
to her and
best
be like-
trainer. I can't hold it in no more. I'm sorry.
He's just kind of looking down at it. It just kind of like gestures as he's sitting there with Chani working on stuff. Gestures over to Sorsha.
Sorsha does one of those like little hand under chin, like, it's me.
Indeed. Well, I'm quite pleased to meet you. My name is Favom.
You're gonna have to spell that out for me, boy.
Favom.
That is like the one thing in D&D everybody's just like, yeah, that's normal. Where it's, okay, what's your name? This. And how do you spell that?
Well, the way I look at it is the actual character
I know,
isn't
I
asking
know.
that.
It's just-
because to them it makes sense due to language stuff.
Phonetics.
I'm sorry, but I'm as giddy as a fucking schoolgirl right now for what the fuck you just pulled out of your ass.
Oh, I know what I just pulled out.
I love this, dude. I'm in love.
I have absolutely no idea.
And she'll just smile, and it's like, well, shall we adjourn to a better setting to work on this?
Yes.
And she'll pull you off, and it's like, follow me then, and start walking off. And
Ow.
She's leading through on the ways, and on the way, she's just gonna keep talking and ask, so, what pushed you into wishing to use the Force?
Well, you see, last week we were fighting these guys, and nobody else but Count could feel something, but I think I felt something. At first, I thought it was just some gas, but then I don't think it was.
I assume you're referring to the incident on Cloud City that went down.
I hate myself.
Sorsha explaining things is the fucking best. Oh my god.
But just the reaction that she was, so I assume you're referring to the situation that occurred on Cloud City.
Is that where it was?
Yes.
Yes.
That's where you
Yeah.
guys were for the bombs and all that.
I think Sorsha was asking that question.
Yes, so I do believe that's where you were all last week. You retrieved Marav.
Yeah, the kitty boy.
Oh, I do hope I get to see you call him that at one point.
Don't worry, I'll call him a kitty man to his face.
Should be quite the reaction we get to see from him there.
Oh. God damn it.
But that should have to wait for when he wakes back up. So that answers the what sparked this, but that doesn't quite answer the why.
Why not?
Well, why not? It's not something to delve into quite lightly. There are consequences to it if you're not careful.
I'm the definition of careful.
Careful. Oh.
I almost said cancel.
quite. Well, if you can't give me one now, I do hope you find one, because this is not the largest, these are not the easiest things to delve into, even if they can be fairly rewarding.
You didn't tell me I had to have a reason.
The off-mic accusation.
The pointed fucking finger at Matthew, like, what the fuck?
Oh, I just got flipped off.
I was just assuming I was doing it for fun.
I'm gonna fucking die. Oh god.
Well, to give you a bit of a warning, anytime you tap into the Force, everything's different. Emotions are amplified, and that can be nice at times. Things like emotions like happiness, joy, love, the thrill, those are all amplified, but that means the downside is also amplified. Anger, rage, hate, loathing.
That's okay, because I feel none of that anyway.
Then that's worrisome, because that'll be a new experience when it occurs. Because it's not just yours, it's those around you quite often. But that's something we shall endeavor to temper you against at the minimum. And at this point, you guys have arrived into a very wide room. Very kind of like larger room.
Wow.
I say larger, it's probably only about 60 cube style. And then about 15 feet tall. It's very plain, except for there's a large amount of objects sitting around. Just random things that look like these little balls piled up in the corner. We're going to start with quite the fun exercise, I do believe.
And what is that?
It's very simple. You have to dodge.
I'm good at that.
We'll see. And then the lights flicker out.
Oh.
And as the lights flicker out for a second, and like the little bit of like the flicker at the last minute, you watch as the stuff in the corner starts to float up.
Oh no.
And we'll flip away as Sorcha starts to dodge. You can see in the dark. You can see shades of gray.
Yeah.
These balls fade and blend in with the ground.
Damn.
They blend in with all of it.
You thought of everything. You thought of everything.
I'm aware of the dark vision and its strengths and weaknesses.
Devil's sight, yo. Oh, what's that?
And
It's not
Sorcha,
thinking-
you have prepared and you are starting to embark on the worst dodgeball game you have ever played.
I mean, that's a strong competition.
It is. But flipping over to Unn, we will jump over to Joran.
Oh god.
So, on the way through, are you actually stopping by the juice store on the way there or on the way back?
On the
We're not
way
actually
there.
doing much with it. It's just, okay. So you go through, you get that. It'll probably be about 2 credits each.
No,
Not a heavy, expensive drink.
No. I have a plan. We have to run through this. I have a plan. Because I know juice will be warm by the time I get back. I have a plan.
He didn't ask us what kind of juice we wanted.
Yeah, I was going to let it go over because nobody went into details.
I got this.
That's mainly because Eric doesn't know space fruit, but Johnny would.
I
I
got
don't know
this.
space fruit that well.
No one.
Okay, walking into a small grocery store equivalent on this planet. Going for whatever kind of juice you're going for here. What is your plan?
This is a grocery store. Damn, I thought this was a juice shop.
Well, they all said, she said it was a small grocery store, I thought, out of the way.
Yes.
Fuck.
It wasn't a juice shop.
That just partially ruined my plan. Shit.
Details.
I'm gonna walk over to somebody who seems to work here and go, "Do y'all deliver to places?"
Just look over, just say, this is fun.
Yes, I know I'm an armory walking into a random store. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Just, so you grab a, not very old, it's teenaged, and like what looks like teenage years, human female. She just looks over at you and goes, "Can I?" And, like steps back a second. Yes.
So y'all deliver to places.
We can for a fee.
That's fine. What kind of juice would you recommend? You know, like the fruit juice stuff.
I mean, what are you looking for?
Your recommendation. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, I prefer, and she'll list a couple of options because I don't know.
That's
Space
fine.
fruit.
That's
Space
fine.
fruit's not covered very well in any of the lore stuff I can look up.
I mean, you could just go with normal fruit, like a fucking mango. It doesn't matter.
Well, there's that, and there's other options, and she'll give you a small list of recommendations.
Well, your top 2, get 2 of each, and send them with the name Chani to the Sentinel base, please.
Okay. For 2 of each of the top 2, 4 total.
It sounds like I'm not getting the juice I asked for.
You didn't ask for it. You didn't.
No,
give him
Chani gave you a name of a specific one. We just didn't know that.
Well, then if
We
Johnny
don't
gave him
have
a
the
name
word.
for the specific one, he also included that one.
Okay.
Okay. So sending 2 juices then. Or are you sending more? Are you still sending 4?
Sending the 5, because 2
5.
are the best, and then
Okay.
the one Chani wanted. Because Sorsha didn't.
That'll be totaling out to 15 credits, sir.
Take an even 20 and keep the change.
Thank
I know it's
you.
not much, but it's
Will the
something.
Sentinels even let them do that?
We're about
Could
to
it be
find out.
poison?
Just go up to this. Just go into the Sentinel base. Let me see.
There's a reception desk in the main entrance.
Yeah, I know. There's a reception desk there, but let me do something real quick. I'm gonna call the reception desk and say I'm sending someone over.
And you was gonna confuse. Okay.
It's a
Why ask why
delivery
you're
for,
sending something over?
it's a delivery for Chani. Don't worry about it. It's none of your concern.
Well, we can accept it here
That's
at the desk
not
or have Johnny come
suspicious.
gather it, but
It was pretty much a hangs up as soon as he said he's sending it over for Chani.
this, you just get the feeling that you just like that distinct feeling of somebody just went, that bitch hung up on me.
He's not the most talkative boy. I can't help it.
No. Anyways, just to throw it off, about probably 40 minutes after Joran left, you guys would get a note that something's at the desk for you.
I'm assuming by now Sorsha is sweating, so she wipes the sweat off her brow with her hand and walks up to the desk.
You get stopped all the way and goes, no, they'll bring it here. And then, ping, as another one bounces off of you.
Why?
And yours arrives shortly afterwards.
Can I go grab it?
When it arrives, she'll stop and just be like, you can have a small break. It's
Joran,
Now she wipes the sweat off her brow and she goes and grabs her smoothie, crying to herself.
Joran does write down which one goes specifically to Chani.
Okay, and then Johnny, somebody will drop it off at yours in Sato's lab for you. There's the one you ordered and 2 extras of random kind.
Nice.
One of them actually being an extra of the one you wanted.
She's just confused and probably like partially mid-construction on something. And then she'll now look at the 3 drinks that have arrived and go, there's mine. That, I'm guessing, could be Sorsha's? And then there's one
A
that
voice
I
in your head
just-
tells you to save them for Sorsha.
And the intern who brought it all in will just look at you and goes, no, I dropped hers off already.
A
Okay.
voice in your head
so-
says save them for Sorsha.
Eva, Sato, would either of you like a drink? I guess Joran's catering to everyone.
Sato grab, shrug, look up, and just grab like a little like mango peach orange or banana mix thing. A weird one. Just like, I'll take it. A little bit extra energy while doing all this never hurts.
Okay.
You will just shrug and be like, I'll take one, probably won't drink it though. Again, I prefer tea.
Well,
There's tea over in the corner if you want to make some.
yeah. Okay. Back to making a death machine.
I forgot that's what we were making.
Right now, you guys are transitioning Chani's armor.
Which is a fucking death machine, let's be honest.
This is also true.
Very true. Alright, so you've got the... You've terrorized the store attendee already. What do you want to do next?
Go... I want to stop by the Mandalorian base first.
Alright, stopping in on the way in. Ox is not there, however, the Duros fellow that is normally coming in and out pretty often is.
And you said I would have heard.
Sir. Here,
You said-
here.
Yeah, you said I would have heard rumors of Mandalore, right?
It would have been loose rumors of like the aftermath or something particular, like some outrageous thing he's done. It's really hard to tell which one's rumors, which one's truth.
Yeah. Where's the one in command? I forgot her name.
Just looks up you. She's out on a mission at the moment.
You'll do then. Have you heard any rumors, any sustainable rumors of Mandalore?
Most recent one I heard of. He I think the most recent one happened all the way over in a hut space that I know of. One of their space stations they had flown up got cleaned completely out.
Was there any idea of where he might or they might have gone from there?
Not too much. I mean, he cleared the place out. The only reason we know is we got a little bit of footage, supposedly.
Can you send that to... Do I have Chani's information? Like,
Yeah.
somehow?
Yeah,
you
you'd have
send
a
that
rough
to-
way.
Can you send that video here to this and say,
I mean,
show it to
I
Jordan?
can dig for it. I haven't found the video myself. Just hearsay and rumor from most of the other bases.
That's what I want you to do. Can you send
All
it
right.
to them?
He'll just shrug. Easy enough. Probably need a break from it. And you looked at it. There's a... You seen a blaster pistol? This is probably like the equivalent of you have a normal semi-automatic and he has a hand cannon sitting on the desk. I need a break from this before I... He just looks like across the wrong wire. They're starting to blur.
You should get more methodical with what you do.
Methodical only gets you so far sometimes.
It did pretty well with this. And he shows off his blaster rifle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, you got some premeditated parts. This is all from scratch.
well, I couldn't build mine from scratch. I didn't have the tools at the time. Anyway, doesn't matter.
No problem.
Just
But
send
yeah,
the
if I
video
find
over
it,
there.
I'll get it on back to you. Or to that
Appreciate-
there one.
Appreciate it. And he
Yeah, I'll
walks
just
out of the
nod in.
room.
Yep, I'll just give you a nod as you walk out.
He's a man of few words, but gets the point across, I guess. I don't know. It works.
Yep.
And then I'll go to the weapons base.
Walking back in, same guy as before, just... so you're back.
With a list this time.
Oh, you got a list. Well, I'm always happy to hear that. What are we
Don't
digging for
fucking
today?
die. Jesus Christ.
Oh, she's
Is
okay.
she good?
She just coughs. Yeah, she's okay. We're eating
Okay.
popcorn, and sometimes it gets you to cough.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure she's okay because she scared the shit out of me.
Do you need a drink? She's okay.
Okay. He's gonna set the shield thing that fucking Count gave him on the table and
Well,
say,
I mean, I don't get a good few of those in here. I don't get a lot of those in here, but probably got some basic upgrades, just simply make it a bit harder to break through.
whatever works. They didn't give me specifics. So your recommendation will work just fine. I trust you on that.
All right. Get a decent one, probably for a good 150 credits.
That's fine. I need a hook shot as well, or a grappling hook, as they call it.
Grappling hooks, that we can do. How many of those would you like?
2.
2.
And if
All
possible,
right.
one that can be mounted. One of them can be a regular grappling hook gun, but the other one needs to be mounted to some kind of armor piece or whatever.
Well, I don't actually have any of the I don't have any of them separated off per se. I don't normally have that request, and it'd honestly be cheaper just to take the standard one and disassemble it yourself if you have the ability to.
Fair enough. Then just 2 hook shots will work fine.
2 hook shots. All right.
A set of 20 explosive harpoon bolts. No, make
It'll
that
stop
4.
at that. I don't carry those.
This is a special request.
I could sell you some explosives, or yeah, say that, or you could put an order in for some.
Yes, I'll take the order. We'll be here
All
for
right.
some time.
That we can do.
And
You said 40 bolts there?
yeah,
2 GRP.
and a couple more things. First of which being a high grade tech pad. Who left?
Oh. Starting to get into a bit of the fancier styles of tech there, I see.
Yes, I'm starting out with a little bit right now, but the more I travel, the more I find I need it. The more I find I can't just shoot my way through everything.
I mean, I see your point. It's a hell of a useful device.
Yeah, you're telling me. But yeah, a high grade tech pad will work.
Now, I'm asking this as the DM. Are you asking for like an improved one or just a standardly good one? Because there's a difference.
What kind of difference are we talking? Because I didn't know there was 2 different kind of tech pads. What?
Well, I mean, there's the standard tech pad, which lets you use your tech powers, and there's like the improved ones, which is like in D&D terms, upping a casting focus.
Oh.
Although this one's probably on the lower end stuff. After all, it's just a general store unless you put an order in.
So basically a +1 casting focus?
Yeah, basically, it'd be a +1 to hit with your to hit effects if they are tech rolls.
Okay. I'll take that then.
All right.
And let me look at something real quick. I don't need this open. I need this open. There was a thing I was looking at, but I forgot the name of it. Just give me 1 second.
All right. That's okay. I'm scrolling through stuff, grabbing prices, anyways.
He's buying things. I'm making things.
Yep. I mean, they're both valid processes.
So it's just dodging things.
Whack.
Ow.
Not a +1 though. Time. Trying to rank fucking ammos up. Having any luck?
I guess it doesn't exist.
What are you looking for? Maybe we can work something then.
I was I must have been thinking of something from the fucking Old Republic games. I thought it was in this as well, but I guess not. It was a specific Mandalorian style blaster that I couldn't. That it's I think it's like Mandalorian Disruptor or something. I don't remember.
Oh, there's disruptor rifles. Yes, that's a thing in this.
Disruptor rifle. Yeah, that is it. Yeah.
So you're wanting to ask him for a disruptor rifle.
Yes, I want to ask him about one. Yes.
All right.
Disruptor pistol. I'm sorry.
Oh, a pistol.
No, or
There's
either
a rifle
or.
and a pistol.
Yeah, both. Let's just say both. Make it easier.
Okay. I can't. I don't have any on hand of those. You understand? Because those are mighty odd. But
Yes.
I could have it shipped in probably. Now, we'll warn you, those things are pretty damn pricey.
Yeah.
Like a
Well, that's
a good pistol's rating around 5,000 and a rifle's around 7.
Something to look forward to then. I'll pass on it for now.
All right. I'll see about getting one in the shop to hold for you then. Would you have a preference?
Kind of taps his rifle and doesn't say a word.
Rifle it is.
Appreciate
Now, I'll
it.
give you a warning, a lot of people don't know. Those have a bit of a kick to them. If you're not quite ready for them, they'll make it a bit more difficult to keep firing.
I think I can handle it, but appreciate the what is the word, James? Yes, thank you, Rose. Appreciate the advice.
No problem. Do have something you might be interested in, though.
What's that?
New scope we got in. I understand you, much like me, have a bit of a problem with the darker times. You got a thermal scope in now that'll help with the night.
I'll take it.
You'll take it?
I'll take it.
All right.
No ifs, ands, or buts. I've been wanting to find one, but I forgot until just now.
Nope, you've mentioned it to me before. I remember things.
Yay for DM remembering things when the player's a fucking moron.
It was all right. You got the 48 bolts that we're gonna tinker with. I'm gonna at roughly here put that at about 250 credits on their own, just because custom modification, things like that.
That's
You have
fair.
by the way, before I do that, do you have like a base bolt that we can use as a go-to?
I have a lot of those.
Would you mind leaving one here so we can mess with it? You'll probably get it back.
Sure. Sets one down.
No. All right.
Yeah, I mean, he would have probably seen the sack of them that Jordan has on his side. So.
Yep.
Excuse me.
You got the 2 grappling hooks. Those are about 50 credits each, so 100 total there. The shield itself, it's probably only going to be about a 200 for its upgrade. Now the tech pad, you got the fancier one here. It's about 1,200 itself.
That's fine.
But as you know, it's a bit better quality. And that scope you were looking for is 300. Totaling all that up, we got 2,500, 2,050 credits for your total today.
You said 2,500?
2,050.
2,050?
I have a calculator here.
Throw in an extra 200 credits.
Okay. We'll get those bolts for you pretty quick, and he'll load up the rest of it.
Send, when everything's ready to go, just send it to the Sentinel base. That's where I'll be.
All right, put under your name.
Yes, that'll work.
Easy enough. Well, we'll try to get those to you pretty quick. It's gonna let just
Appreciate it.
about a week and a half. We can probably have the good 40 to you. Just gonna be trying to get these stabilized and good for flight.
Take all the time you need. We're on forced medical leave at the moment.
Oh yeah, they got those standards. Had that when I was in their military units myself.
It's weird for me, as you could probably imagine.
We Mandalorians go, oh, we lost an arm. Gotta keep fighting.
Yeah. You guys are a bit different, though, from the standard go-to. They try to keep their soldiers in fighting condition. Not everybody's from start and society ready to go for it all.
I understand. It's just different. So I'm trying to keep up the pace. I'll probably find some thugs to deal with in the downtime.
Well, try to leave them in one piece for the. Try to leave them in one piece for any of the guards or something to pick up. Any of the troopers.
Probably. Always got to help out the Imperial types.
Keeps them happy, keeps them off your back, makes them more inclined to like you in the future.
That's a fact. Anyway, thank you very much.
No problem. Happy to help. Like I said, you guys always treat us right, keep us in business.
Happy to.
He'll give you a salute and just let you have.
And I will go back to the Sentinel base.
All right. Heading back to the Sentinel base. Johnny, we'll start with a little bit of yours here.
So do you want to like spin a wheel and then that'll be the project currently being made? Or
I'm gonna let you choose.
alright, well.
We'll get to one of yours and then we'll jump around because yours will take a day or two at a time at least.
Well, did the armor get all situated correctly?
The armor's you're very familiar with the armor, so swapping it with two other people assisting you is pretty easy.
Okay. Eva's here now.
Jordan's probably getting gone for about 2 hours with all the walking around and all this.
Eva's here now. Let's work on Sorsha's boots, gloves, and battery pack.
Boots.
I just want, while in the middle of a crucial fucking part of her goddamn building something, just a text message or like a little boop boop pop up and make everything have to be started over again.
Don't worry, I just got a notification on my phone that I'm using for my character sheet that says it wants to restart, so...
That's promising. Anyways, so you want to start in that combo. We'll start at the battery pack then, since it's got to be working for the rest of it to work.
Yep.
That's just going to be a simple armor roll, considering what I think you're going to be doing with it.
Okay. I'm assuming I
I
have
don't know,
help.
armor or tech, but at the same time, it's the same roll, I think.
Well, one of the tool thing, the other one's...
It's a toolkit. Use the tool. It's probably one of your toolkits, but it's about the same roll for any of them I can come up with.
I'm horrible, aren't I? 24.
24. This one's not bad. You have... Sorry, I was supposed to tell you. You have advantage because of people helping you.
That's what I rolled.
Okay. So, easy enough. It's a battery pack. You fashion up over the next little bit of time. This probably only takes a few hours. It's simple. It's mostly just getting a battery ready and usable. It's a bit of a small, like, belt. A little bit more excessive than a belt, but it basically puts the battery pack towards, like, the small of the back. It keeps it out of the way, flat, compact. And it can run through the armor to the various bits. And you do get a text from Jordan in the middle of it, now letting you know, and you stumble and almost like cut the wrong wire or something. Guess what he has now?
What? Johnny's just gonna look at it
Correction,
confused.
it wouldn't be from Jordan, it'd be from an unknown number saying, Johnny, I have this now, effectively.
Okay, well, she's moderately confused and focused on her building.
Okay. But that one will only take a few hours, because like I said, it's pretty simple. Which one? Boots or gloves for you?
Well, gloves are going to be complicated. Boots should be easy in theory. So let's go with them.
Okay. Making some hidden dagger lightning boots. This is a weird phrase that I didn't think I'd ever utter.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking knockoff Japanese movie. Or like a knockoff fucking martial arts Chinese movie nonsense.
It's a 27, that's all I know.
Jeez. This will carry you on into the next day, just because
Mhm.
getting things to line up in a boot and not smash. But it's definitely a success that we need to write down. Do you want me to give you what it does now, or do you want me to have you write it down later?
Probably just silently write a note to Max whenever we finally end up giving all these things to her.
Okay.
So that she can copy it down.
But the quick and dirty is it's going to be a boot. It's going to be a knife that'll do your normal dagger damage max, and it'll do an extra D4 of lightning damage. And it'll be hidden. But we'll get that settled down later, if you wish. That's going on to the next day. Probably later in the evening, closer to like 7 or 8. Taking small breaks for like a snack or a lunch here and there. We'll just turn to you and be like, well, I do believe that'll be all we need to do tonight. You seem a bit sore and tired there.
Did I do it? Did I get the force? And just falls on her back.
Well, you took a couple of steps in the right direction.
Woo!
It's not a quick thing. It's not an immediate thing.
That sucks. She just mumbles under her breath.
But I mean, you were starting to dodge a bit better, and if you get good at it and you watch it just pick up, and there's probably a good 40 or 50 of these like balls floating around through, and they all just start moving out of different angles, different rates and stuff, and just once you get a bit of practice in it, it does have its rewards.
Sorsha just like stays on the ground and she slugs her way to her bed.
You get some odd looks from people as you just do this down hallways. Slugging. Jordan, at what point you're coming back, actually. Probably coming back from eating supper. And there's Sorsha. Just on her back. Inchworming.
Nope. I need to talk to fucking Johnny. Nope, I'm not dealing with that. Nope.
Just nope. Nope.
He takes a different hallway to go find Johnny.
Stops, turns around.
He stops on the dot, goes, nope, turns around, complete 180, and finds a different hallway.
Ow.
Oh, just one of those heel turns 180, just nope.
Ouch. But you get to your room, and there's food sitting there for you. You get the feeling that some word was sent ahead because they know what shape you'd be in.
Hell yeah. And she just takes her her harpoon gun Arlo, and she just like hits the food off onto the ground, and she just lays on the ground and eats the food.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Yes.
I would like to mention that as soon as Jordan got back, the same day that he did the shopping stuff, he would have gone to Chani and said, hey, this is how long it's going to take. And did you get anything? Did you get any kind of messages?
Are you this
Okay.
unknown?
I'm not, but an associate of mine is.
Okay.
I would like you to run through and see if the video is...
No, the unknown was yours being sent in.
Yeah, I know.
Because you said you'd send her a text.
What? Me? What?
Yeah. Because you said at some point you wanted to send it to her when she was in the middle of the project to try and interrupt. But at this time,
Oh,
it didn't work
the
because
unknown
she-
was... What I was talking about was the video being sent to her.
That hasn't come through yet.
To
It was just a message
yeah.
from you.
Then I wouldn't have said anything about the message. Or I would have said something, but she probably wouldn't have gotten it, because that's what I was talking about. That's what I wanted
Okay.
to have interrupt. The shit.
Oh no, I thought that was one from you saying, "Oh, I have a tech pad."
I don't
That's
have a
what you
tech...
meant.
I don't really have a tech pad. Yet.
Hmm?
There are very dangerous
bought
things
it.
coming up that I really
Oh.
hope that it doesn't happen during.
The tech pad he had in the store. The only thing he didn't
okay.
have was the
Then-
bolts.
Then this leads right up into my next thing. Johnny, since I'm
Okay.
here, I have a thing to ask you. Just as you seem to be taking a little bit...
Does it seem to be taking a little what?
A little bit of a break.
Thinks about all the time spent in the crafting room.
You
Sure.
currently have a boot splayed across in multiple pieces on the table.
Yeah. Sure. What's up?
I have this. And he holds out the +1 tech pad.
Okay.
Well, is it better or worse than what you have?
Well, I'm emotionally attached to mine, so
Fair.
it's better. It's also where Mortimer lives, and then he'll just kind of crawl up.
Well, I didn't know if you had the ability to, like, transfer your stuff to this one. I don't know how this stuff works. And that leads into my next thing. I need you. I need you to teach me
Teach you what?
tech abilities, the stuff you do with your tech stuff. I'm going to learn that.
Well, it looks like that thing you've got there was presumably made with that in mind. Maybe it already has some things on it. I'm gonna be busy for a little bit and I can't really go teach things. I can look at it. I can look at it afterward, but
That's
there's a couple
that's fine.
projects that may take a while.
Yeah, we're going to be down for a week to get your explosive harpoon bolts anyway. So that's what I figured.
It's gonna
And
take
if
him a
you-
week to make small explosive charges that you can just...
It's not just the making it; it's also the stabilizing it. It's also getting the materials in. It's getting everything ready.
That's not
They'll be
horrifically hard, you just need to balance. Okay.
They'll be professionally made. They'll be good. Trust me.
Alright.
Johnny is a
It's
professional.
also a shop that has other orders they have to take in from Mandalorians, so it takes a while.
Okay.
I just want to throw this in here. Chani's like maxed intelligence. No, very many people operate at her level and speed.
Oh, I know. I would also like to ask, how was your juice?
You got the right one and I thank you for it.
Well, I got you 3 different kinds.
Well,
I thought.
Well, you did. I just kind of decided to share because everybody was helping each other and I only really wanted the one.
That's fine. They were yours to give away if you needed to. Anyway, do you need my assistance for anything? Are there any kind of weapons that you need any help with? are
I don't know what Eva's plans are. If she wants to go off and do something else tomorrow, then you could help in here instead, but too many hands and somebody's just gonna get in the way or stand there and not do things.
Is Sata around? Just out of character real quick.
Oh yeah, Sata's in the room with him. Sata's helping Chani with whatever's there. Right now he's currently sucking on his thumb as you had watched him zap himself on on a charge.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. It's either I help you in here, or I go find some thugs to beat up and throw to the employees. Or, not employees, sorry.
Imperials?
Authorities.
Okay.
That's the word I was
Same
looking for.
difference.
Yeah.
He pulls down and goes, I mean, technically you are a officer, loosely, of the law here. At least temporarily.
So that makes it sound like you shouldn't go out and do something unbecoming of such, so just be careful if you do that.
I'm gonna find a gang to beat the shit out of, because I am not the type of person to sit down and do nothing all day. I need some form of excitement. That's why, if we're going to work on something, that will be that excitement. But if I'm going to be sitting down for a week, if not more, I need something more than that.
Well, you do you. I'll tell you whenever I'm free so I can look at your tech thing.
Well, I'll have it, and I'll show her that he can attach it to his own little, like, wrist pad thing. It's very poorly done. It's just straps.
Sato will speak up here at this point. He's like, you do know we have people out here that could use those if you need a little bit of, like, guidance the first little bit. I know you want your friend here to do it, but it's also the option, too, if you want that.
Yeah, I'll probably go to them and see if they have if there's already anything on here that I can use immediately, but I want Chani to teach me there.
Fair enough.
I'm looking to go into it a lot more than I trust random basic people to do. You'll have to excuse me, but I'm very particular on who I trust.
He'll just shrug. Can't really object to you there. It's just option open for you.
I appreciate it. Anyway, like I said, if you need me, contact me. I'll be here for a day or two. Any more than that, and I might go stir crazy.
You do have Count's thing to do at some point as well.
Yeah, he's gonna work on that.
Just making sure it was put up.
Yeah. I have the harpoon thing that I have to work on.
Jordan just turns into a superhero. I think Jordan will be a vigilante more than a superhero at this point.
Oh, most definitely. He'll be more Punisher than Batman. To be completely frank, he'll end up being more Punisher than Batman.
Castle? No one? That's fine.
What?
I didn't actually hear what you said.
Mm-mm.
Don't worry about it.
No, what'd you say?
You said to be completely frank, and then I said Castle, and Punisher's name is
Oh.
Frank Castle.
Thank you for that catch. I didn't think about that.
Anyway,
moving on to the next day. Everybody's got a little bit of their stuff ahead. Sorsha, you'll get the fun light on the wall on your door.
I will.
She doesn't wake up to that.
Repeats again. A little bit louder.
No.
Okay, so the door slides open. Would the door sliding open wake you up?
No.
Alright. The blankets wrap up around you and you start to float up off the bed.
I'm gonna say she still doesn't wake up. She's dead ass tired.
Yeah, to be honest, she did just go through the most rigorous training of her life.
Yeah. But she let her sleep until like 8 instead of 6.
How are you
She
flipping it?
normally
Eric?
is asleep till noon.
What? How did you flip it, and how did you monochrome it?
So, Sorsha, you'll wake up in a very the same room you were before, but you just wake up to a poof as you hit the ground.
What?
Like, good morning.
Why do you do that?
You didn't want to wake up.
No, it's the middle of the night.
Sun's out, night's over.
No.
If you need more waking up, we could always just wake you up and a few of them start to float off the ground. But I had other things planned for the day.
No, please.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Just a small little smile. Oh, I thought so.
Sorsha's the real MVP here.
So today is more along the lines of what are you hoping to get from this? What capabilities?
I just wanna. That's a hard question.
True, it usually takes people a little bit of time after they get open to it all. Today's going to be us going through various uses, explorations, abilities of the Force and what they can do, so we can see what you want to push you towards, or what you want to focus on.
In all fairness, I didn't even know the Force was a thing until Count, and all he does is spin a lightsaber, and he shocks people.
That is the route that a few people choose. The lightning aspect of it does have a fair amount of offensive capabilities that people like.
I'm sure he does more, but that's all I know.
That's fair.
I mean, he does.
Not my preferred taste, but that's quite the few of them.
In honesty, you, Sorsha, would have seen him take a weird stance and then become a lot more powerful for whatever reason.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna say Sorsha didn't think anything of that.
I would say through this, that's not the first time Sorsha's heard of the Force. It's just her first direct interaction with it. Most people have heard of the Force and the Jedi and the users in some way or form.
What if she believed it was a myth?
I mean, technically it's
That's what
possible,
most-
but
That's what
other
most
hand,
people.
on the other hand, in this case, it's part of the governing military force.
Most
But
people
tish.
still
But fair.
also just believe it to be a myth because the Force is some ancient deity to them, and they go, it's fake.
Yeah,
That's
but fair.
fake.
They have a good few uses. Anything from telekinetics and moves the finger out of the room to healing, and you actually puts a hand out and you feel a bit of like nice feeling, and it settles over, and a lot of the soreness disappears that you were feeling from the day before.
She jumps up and she starts to stretch her arms and she's like, heck
To
yeah!
people like the lightning, as I said, and you watch as like some of it cackles between both of her hands as she holds them in front of her.
Shocky, shocky.
And even things like illusions and flickers, and she looks like a completely different person. You still look like you're staring at Sato for a minute there, and then it flickers back to her.
I'm
I
sorry,
want to
but
know how to do that.
you just made
Mind
fucking
tricks, Michelle.
soda come out my nose. God damn it!
Ouch.
Why?
Shocky, shocky. You just said shocky, shocky while I was fucking drinking, and soda went out my nose.
She has the
I'm
most
sorry.
I remember this pain.
Fine.
And then even things like suggesting or, trying to get people to do what you want. It's quite diverse, enhancing yourself. Today we're going to go through it to start to see what you would like. And throughout the day, she goes through showing you various things from, like she showed you already, to enhancing yourself, to at one point she started to move with a, quite honest, ridiculous speed,
Icy?
to a number of other abilities. Flicking over to Joran, what are you wanting to do for the day?
Today I'm gonna be working on counts saying, oh god.
Okay. That'll
Yeah.
be the 4 fire mode and the Shoto, correct?
Yep. The 4 fire
So
mode
it's-
is basically like second nature because he's done it 3 times now.
Yeah. You got to make a check for it, but it's a lot easier
Yeah.
than the other one.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your check for the 4 fire mode.
Fucking alright.
Little did I suspect when I'm just like, it'd be cool. Harpoon pepper boxes. Everybody would end up having their own. That were like individually customized.
I mean, as things start to go on, I feel like that's going to be more of the case.
19
Right now, a
total.
couple of them are still getting going. All right, yeah, that's enough for the alternate firing mode.
Arlo
And
has lots of brothers.
do you want me to roll a check for turning the lightsaber on?
You can
'Cause I
turn
have
it on.
I have
Using
no
it,
idea.
maybe not, but turning
I'm
it
not
on,
gonna,
I'll
I'm
let
not
you
gonna
be
worry
able
about
to.
using it. I'm just trying to figure out which end because they both ends look very similar to each other on a lightsaber.
They look similar, but you've seen Eva use hers enough and
Yeah.
Count use his enough. You have an
And I
idea of
just-
which end it
I
comes
just want
out
to make
of.
sure which end it comes out of. That way, I aim it the right way.
Yeah, you can get a good idea of which end it comes out of. You
Okay.
already know that one. Now you don't have to make a check for that one.
So you want me to make a check for making a mount for it? Right?
Yeah, adding the saber to it.
All right. That's gonna be a 25.
Okay. You could do this one easy enough, but it'll take time because you're looking at it and you're realizing you're gonna have to add a couple of bits to the frame. And at a 25, at what point you're gonna just add it on like a permanent structure, but then you're thinking about it and you just like, You start to tinker with it a bit more and you think about it and you come up with a way to make it so like if he needs to, he could technically detach it with a certain movement to it,
Okay.
Like a lot of bayonets, so it can just drop off if he ever needs to pull it off, for example.
Yeah, like
But
a
because of adding
like
the
a rail
extra
mount.
frame, yeah, like most bayonets, I think, honestly.
Yeah.
So that'll take most of the day between adjusting the little bit of the outside of the frame, kind of like adding a small addition rather than changing any of the internal bits. That's not your area, so it takes a while longer, and you don't want to mess up the internal workings of it.
Yeah.
But by the end of the day, you think you have it, you can pull it on, you can see it taking it off, putting it back on. You turn it on, and just like with a few basic swings, it seems like it's going to hold.
And it doesn't look like it's gonna heat up the gun any.
No, from the way it's at, most of the blade, like the burning part would be a bit past it all. It seems like it's
Okay.
shielded and then distant enough to avoid causing any problems.
Okay. That's my day then.
And
We'll probably
Eva,
get-
are you wanting to do anything different today?
I'm gonna keep helping out.
He will
All right.
basically just be eating some food and probably using his new wristpad to look up, like, if there's any gangs in the area.
There's a few you could probably get to relatively quickly, with a little bit of searching, that aren't terribly high level, like high ranked for like infamy and gang members and the like.
Yeah.
You have a good idea what you're capable of. You have a good idea what you can take on.
Time to solo a motherfucking gang, bitches.
All right, that brings it to Johnny. Today, Sato, however, is actually having to work on something, but Eva's there to assist you.
Okay, let's see how long our gloves take.
You had to spend part of the morning, like I said, wrapping up the boots just because they're finicky, but probably about noon you can start on the gloves.
He was still there, so 26.
26. Damn.
I have a plus that's in the double
Excuse me.
digits.
Yeah. That makes that roll look a lot lower than impressive then, but you know.
I also have advantage.
Yeah. So working on the gloves, you've done a little bit of this stuff. You've worked into your armor before, so you're familiar with the basic tech. However, you got to put it on a much smaller power source basis.
Mm-hmm.
Running it through a set of gloves, it takes a little bit of time to get it into such a small surface area and area to work with that would hold a full person. But probably by working on it now and again part of the next day, tinkering, trying to get it to hold on without falling off in the different bits, you have one that you think with the battery pack will last about an hour before it'll start affecting the charge of the boots.
Alright.
And like effectively you could swap it on and off, so it's not just once you turn it on you have it for an hour and then it's gone. You have like an hour roughly total.
That wasn't aiming
Maybe
for...
in the future you could upgrade the timing if you wanted.
Yeah, but that's... maybe later. An hour of having to hang on to things is kind of a situation we...
Your arms are probably going to be sore at that point.
Yeah.
I would have to agree. Mountain climbing for an
At
hour
one point
or
in the
more
middle of the day
would
when
be-
you're working on it, Eva, you grab the wrong thing and it just tunk to your like one of your metal pieces, and it's just you and Chani almost like just sitting there trying to pry it off of you.
Okay. On three, you push me, I pull. 1, 2, 3.
Pulling, and then Sato hits a button on one of the wires and just and you guys fly apart.
God damn it!
Ow.
Watch him just laughing a bit to himself, go over on the computer in the corner of his eye. This was a recording.
He really likes
Just
to do
in the
that.
corner of the screen, the rest of his data crunching. Just one of the small corners of the screen you see him messing with what looks like a recording of the moment, Johnny.
That's fine.
Son of a bitch.
Sorsha, you go to bed tonight feeling a lot less sore, though today wasn't as intensive.
Then she does not slug crawl. She simply walks very slowly.
Fair.
I shall not be slugged today.
Not today, maybe tomorrow.
And the night wraps up. Day 3 comes along.
Sasha is dead.
Day 3 comes along. Chani, part of your morning spent on the finishing up the gloves, like I said. Joran, you get up. What are you doing for the day?
Real quick, can I...
Yeah.
Is Sato looking like they're going to be available today?
If you make a request, he's not
Okay.
particularly busy looking when you walk in.
Whenever...
Like yesterday, he was actually going through to fulfill something. Today, he's kind of just trawling through stuff.
Whenever it looks like we are going to be able to, because one of my projects should be a relatively quicker thing, comparatively, because it doesn't really require as much crafting as much as it does placement. So whenever we finish the other glove thing, it looks like that's good to go. I'm going to give Eva basically a little schematic, and say, I need a vibro version of this. If you think you can assist with that in any way, shape, or form.
What are you handing to her? Is it the
Yeah, it's for
blade
the other
mounted for
project.
the other piece?
It's for the other project.
Okay.
I may be trying to get her out of the lab for a bit.
Fair. Handing that to you, Eva. Most of it, if it's just the blade part of what he's showing you, or what he's giving you, it looks like something you could probably work on and do.
I'd say yes. I want to say definitely, but I can't say that because for God knows reasons why, things have a tendency not to go well for me, so I'll see.
I think you can do it. Thank you.
Sato will give you directions like where you could basically be more
And then I'm trying to
heavier metal working area. His is more like a small, like finicky electronics tinkering area.
And then once Eva's gone, I'm gonna go over to Sato and try to get him to help with my super secret project number 1.
Is it the other half of what you just sent Eva off with?
It's why I sent Eva away.
Oh, okay.
And the thing he's better at than I am. I think.
In this case, yeah. He'll just sit there and be looking at. This would work. This would be a bit better. You want both of them to...
Yep.
And just kind of does this gesture? I assume you have both the pieces with you, right?
Absolutely.
We'll have to rework the casing here some.
Yep.
It's a bit damaged, but... we got the important part, the 2 of those.
Let's get to it then, huh?
Sounds about right. And he'll just, like, step forward and, like, do the hand stretch to pop the fingers, and one of them pop, but then you just see the other one whir, as you know it's fake. And I have to roll for Sato.
I'm just gonna say that Eric sounded impatient as hell.
But I'm trying to get things off without saying anything.
Since it was asked before Eric stole the fucking spotlight, Joran would be going to find a person who can explain the tech pad stuff.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a second then once I roll this.
That's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Sato's
Does it look like he's faltering? Can I take over?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't look like he's faltering.
Well, you said, and
I've
only got one shot at this.
I'm just surprised at the roll. You know, the final roll was 35.
Alright.
You guys put it together, I'll write it down, and when you want her to know, when you want to give it to her, I'll give you guys the details.
Whenever she gets back. Back over to Joran. Hello?
Yep. Yeah, no, yeah, I was writing that down.
Oh. Ow.
Okay. Walking into one of the general areas, you just see a couple of random things. At this point, you're talking to a Wookiee who's sitting there and messing with what looks like also a tech pad displayed across the table. Just small, tiny screwdriver, almost comical in his hands. Just twist slowly. He's at the effective help desk of the area.
Sorry to interrupt. I have to walk away for a little bit. I will be back.
Okay.
So this looks like he's... Is this one? Would this be one of the ones Sato recommended?
Probably. This is the room and the desk he referred you to.
Okay.
I hear you know something about tech things.
loud and proud, walking into the room, probably is interrupting what the fuck this dude is trying to be carefully doing.
Just looks up at you for a second with like wide eyes, just deep breaths. It's that look. And you get a bit of a growl that you know is yes.
Canon, Jordan speaks Wookiee.
Not quite. But everybody understands a little bit. If Star
A
Wars had
Wookiee
anything to
somehow
say
has
about
its way of making itself understood regardless.
it. Yeah.
But you get the feeling of a yes from him.
Then I need your assistance with this. And he slaps his tech pad down carefully on the table.
Just looks over his for a second and sighs and scoots it to the side and pulls it in. And starts going through it. And after a minute, like that kind of like irritated look disappears as he's going through it, and it just seems kind of appreciative of the device. And after a few minutes, we'll start to explain to you what is currently on it, which is what you grabbed.
Okay.
I think you
And-
should.
Or he's gonna
communicate
and
that in
he'll
Wookiee.
start like fine tuning it to you and like your preferences, which so it'll settle down to what you've chosen.
Yeah.
Matthew, I think you should communicate that in Wookiee.
No, I can't do Wookiee.
That's a lie.
Wookiee is very guttural. So
I can't
I
get
would be
quite deep enough and guttural enough for it.
yeah, I would be incredibly impressed.
He's decent at a Wookiee.
When I get better at Wookiee, when I finally hit that point, then I'll do it. But until then, I have to wait.
So this does this, and I can just do that when I'm wanting to do the thing.
You get the growl of yes. And he'll just like walk over and like pull up what looks like a very shredded target and just point if it's anything that if you have anything that can affect it.
I mean, does he want me to shoot? Is that what the point's for?
Yeah, it's like a tested on this kind of feeling.
Okay, so combustive shot, shoots blaster rifle.
You shoot a bullet. It's a bit weird as it interacts and synergizes with your rifle, and then upon impact, it goes in like hits with a bit of a red flare, and then just bursts from point of impact.
Ooh. Oh, this is gonna come in handy.
You watch him putting out an arm because he forgot to move, and then scoots away from it.
That's gonna be a bald spot for a while. Thanks for this. 2-finger salute,
Wait,
walks out the
okay.
room.
Okay,
He's a
you're
dick.
not offending him. By the way, did you attach your new?
I was just about to
Scope.
get to that, yes. And I wanted to ask you, is the scope like switch on thermal, switch off thermal?
Yeah, you can alternate it. It will replace the bonus from the other scope.
So it'll go down plus by -1, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh no, it goes down in range too. Shit.
No, scope doesn't affect range.
What was it that affected my range?
Barrel and part of the body.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I'll go to a +11 to hit, but
Oh, no. Yeah.
I know, right?
But yeah, it has a toggle option for you.
Okay. He'll put that one on there and put the other one on his blaster pistol.
Okay. And that only took up like maybe an hour of time in the morning. Are you doing the other part that you said you were doing to teach some people how to actually fight?
Wait, what?
Teach some gang members how you actually fight?
This is day 3.
That only took about an hour in the morning. Like I said.
This is day 3. He just found out he has a new cool thing. Oh no! Yeah, yep. I'm gonna go find one of the lesser gangs and go and show them.
Roll
how
me a
you-
d20 for the day.
I'm gonna show them how a Mandalorian fights.
James is playing the Yogg.
How how would it like to?
Just roll a flat d20 on this.
I know. But how would you like to know that I wasted one of my nat 20s?
I mean, it'll be quite amusing when this pops up on the news. You have your new gear set up. You're feeling good. You got some new tricks up your sleeve. It goes really well. You find the area easy enough. You set up outside and just, as you're prepping your check, it's like, yep, step forward, kick the door in, and then it just goes off from there. They're pathetic. In your mind.
That's probably a day. That's probably a day.
You know how much I would have lost it if Jordan got his butt kicked by those guys?
To be honest with you,
no.
I have 3D dice on. And the fucking thing spun around. And it looked like it was going to land on 1, and then it rolled completely over and landed on 20. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. Because, you know, on a D20,
close.
Yeah, on a D20, 20 and 1 on the opposite sides. They're on the exact.
Well, we might have had a side mission for tonight if you rolled a 1, but you know.
Yeah, it was close. It was fucking close.
We still may. The night is yet young.
In the morning, Sorsha, you wake up to your blanket lightly slapping you.
Blanket, why have you betrayed me?
It's rise and shine
You're
time.
going to tell my husband.
I don't want to rise or shine.
Well,
Oh,
you
no.
gave up that when you accepted the training. And the blanket starts rolling you towards the edge of the bed.
She's like grabbing onto the headboard like, no!
You're just kind of...
Why are you like this?
You don't get an answer, just a small...
She just like lets her drag her to the room.
Oh, if you're not actually going to start walking, she just picks you up so you're not able to reach anything. You're
Fine.
just flailing your arms.
I just start swimming in the air.
And as you get to the room, just brought it in, sits you down. Today's a bit different. Today, we're working on the same as the first in a way. You're seeing how much you can sense things. But today we're sensing people.
What kind of people? Who people? You people?
I'm one of them, yes.
I don't have to sense you, I can see you.
At the moment. It hands you a blindfold.
Oh, fun.
You people.
And the day is spent trying to get you seeing if you could actually feel people or find stuff. And towards the end of the day, you start getting that like odd niggling feeling, like at the last moment something's there, and you'll move, and you'll feel like something passed through an area near you. But you're starting to get like that like big flash, like something's there, and that you can react to it.
Cool.
Although you do get like hit with like those small. It's like a small training saber. Oh, just dagger sized multiple times. Nothing that'll be like hard, but it just stings.
Ow. Ow!
It's good motivation.
For who?
You. Well, us too, but you mainly.
Have you ever heard of different learning? Not everybody learns like this.
No, but it
Hey,
seems
that's
to be
the best
working,
way to
so you
learn.
can't... So it does seem to be working, so you can't really bring that excuse up.
Fine.
She is so fucking annoyed.
The more you get hurt, the more you learn to avoid the thing that hurts you.
And that'll be most of the day for you. Just
Source
dodging,
is now
trying
green
not
and
to hurt.
blue.
Huh?
Source is now green and blue.
Yeah, probably pretty close. It's nothing that's leaving bruises, it just stings when it hits.
Blue isn't sad.
Like, have you ever touched those, like, shock, those kind of like the what are they, the shock rackets? How you hit, it doesn't really hurt, it just makes you jump and it stings. It's that.
Fair.
That's it
Yeah.
when they hit you.
It's like a tens unit on a tens unit on max power.
Eva, I want you to make a roll with either wisdom or intelligence. I don't know which is better for you here,
She has weapon crafting,
but it's
doesn't
that
she?
roll plus your proficiency.
Yeah, she's weapon master, so it's a crafting thing. So it should go off the same thing mine goes off on, which is wisdom.
I didn't know if you already.
Well,
like,
I'd say
statted it
wisdom
up or
and
not.
intelligence are both crafting stats in this. You're allowed to choose.
Oh, okay.
And then you add proficiency. So whichever one gives you the higher bonus plus proficiency if you want.
Which is 3.
Oh well, if that's the case, fucking intelligence would have been better for me to be using.
Yeah.
23.
Well, now anyway, because intelligence is an 18 for me now.
It takes you a little while to form what Chani's wanting because it's just it's a little odd, the request.
Fair.
But getting it set up, getting it fine-tuned, and all the metals set up for it, you come back later in the day and have to knock on the door because the door's locked right now.
Why the fuck was I locked?
But that's where you're at. Chani, you're probably going to hear a knock, I assume. But you
Hi.
definitely would have... There you go.
Goes over there. Opens the door. Hi.
I was say, you guys are in the middle of it right now.
Oh, we're in the middle of it?
Mhm.
Shit.
It's all across the table right now. You okay there?
I wasn't thinking of excuses. Gonna look at Sato with a panic look in my eye.
Just look up at you. Do you not want her to know?
Not yet.
It will.
Button, and you watch this part of the table stretches out from the sides, the middle piece sinks in, and then it clamps in front over it. It looks like an empty table.
Huh.
With some tools on it. There you go.
Go over there. Let her in. Hi.
It's been like 2 minutes since you knocked and asked for Chani.
Are you okay? Did something? Like, are you having an off day? Are you okay?
A little bit, honestly. That's the thing I asked you to work on? In your hand there? Yeah. Can I see that real quick?
That's why I was curious. You're acting a little weird. Threw me off. Anyway, yeah.
Huh. You actually did amazingly well here. So effectively what this is you've really strengthened this stuff here. Well, hell. If you're actually that proficient with crafting things, can I ask you to take a look at something for me? Something else, I guess, if you're willing.
Depends what it is.
Well, Johnny will kind of get into one of her bags and bring out what appears to be a perfectly mundane, yet stained looking dagger. This is kind of important to me. Do you think you can do some kind of a process on it to strengthen it at all? Make sure it's not gonna break on me should something happen? Like I said, it is really important, and well, with that monk guy, I ended up having to use it, but I would like it to be a little bit... Huh?
Just the money? It looks like this thing has been through hell. God damn.
Yeah. It came from a hellish place.
Until it's clean, I'm calling it Jojo.
Don't do that, please. But If you could look this over and do anything to it at all to ensure that I won't just carelessly somehow break it or something, I would...
So make it more durable.
Yeah. I might end up telling you the story of how I got it, if you manage that.
I mean, is this a normal, ordinary,
It's
or is it special? Like,
it's special to me and me alone. It got me out of a tight spot.
I'm talking about materials, my love.
Material-wise, I know. It's just a normal dagger, I think. I really haven't... Like, I'm not really
So make
a metallurgist.
Making it more durable probably will mean I have to
Probably...
reconstruct it.
Well, probably edge it or something. I'll leave it to you. I just want the skeleton to remain. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Here you go. Take care.
Okay. I hope your day gets better so you're not as wonky later.
We'll see, huh? Oh, I'll
In
take...
the background, Sato is just like leaning on the elbow, face up at the ceiling with that awkward whistle.
I'll take the, thing I had you craft for me. It's for another project that I gotta put the bones into. It's a gift for it's a gift for Sorsha.
Bones. Alright. Also, what is he doing? All I hear him is suspiciously whistling.
And he looks slightly disheveled.
Okay, you want the full disclosure? I was trying to spare his feelings.
Oh. Alright, I'm leaving. Don't want to know I'm leaving. Bye. Do not kill this. Bye!
Bye, Eva.
She slams the door on her way out, probably.
It's true.
Is this day 4 now? Or still the end
This
of
is
day
still day
3?
3.
Okay. So I'm still not here.
No, you're currently wrapping up a lot of the gang members.
Don't make me lie for you again. Let's get this done.
I'm dying!
It's just over there. Yeah, why? I didn't know I was hiding it until you just said then.
Well, now you're gonna get accused of being, trying to be Chinese lover, apparently.
I'm not gonna lie, Eva has a loud mouth.
I mean, I ship them, so.
I do not.
Well, that's you. You don't have to.
I don't get a say in this, do I? God damn it.
No,
You
you
don't.
don't. You're never gonna say in shipping. Come on.
Eric, you suck. You played to my fucking weakness. I hate you.
Tee. Alright, let's get back to crafting and shopping and trade.
You guys will stay late up in the night for you and Zada.
And Eva will speculate like wild.
Like, into the AMs, like a little bit into the AMs. Eva, if
Probably
you're waiting,
around that
Chani doesn't stumble into bed. Like, she's in a room near you. You don't hear her stumbling down the hallway at all until, like, after midnight.
I'm
Closer
not
to, like, the
gonna lie.
1:30 time.
Not gonna lie.
Probably around midnight is when fucking Jordan comes back.
I can't sleep tonight. Sleep is not a thing for Eva. Laura and her brain's going a mile a minute. It's just like.
Hey, you might want to try leaving and coming back for the call. It's slowly getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything because then it kind of kills the momentum of her trying to talk.
Is that
I didn't want to say it while she was, but we were
It's
at
better
the
now.
wrapping up of a night.
that is better?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's finished. That's done. New day, new stuff. Sorsha, you're not sore per se, but you're jumpy with people out of the corner of your eyes or you weren't expecting them.
just like to think that Jordan comes
probably.
back like, in the middle of the night, got blood all over it. He's probably been beaten up a couple times.
If I run across anybody, whether it be Jordan or Saoirse, I'm going to immediately be like, be careful around, like...
Source is probably the only one you would have ran into, because she got dismissed again at like that 6 or 7 amount of time.
Saoirse is very paranoid at the moment, so like you come up to her and she like grabs your arm.
Whoa.
She's like breathing heavy. She's like,
what is up with everybody lately? Good Jesus.
Sorsha has various random red marks all over her arms and neck, and partly on her face. They look like very like light burn marks, not enough to really damage anything, just enough to be visible.
Close enough to looking like hickeys.
Not quite. Hickeys are more like a dark bruising thing. This is just a lighter burn stain.
Yeah, hickeys are purple, and
this is like a light,
these marks are red.
Close.
Either way, she's not taking that as a good sign. So she's just gonna be like, be careful around those two. Don't bring up anything touchy like relationships for a while.
why?
I honestly kind of don't know, but at the same time, it's just like, maybe they're dating? I don't know. I can't tell.
Who are we talking about?
I always forget her name.
Chani and Sata.
Those two.
Johnny and Santa are dating?
Maybe? I don't know. I can't tell.
Exclaimed loudly in the cafeteria.
Oh God!
If Saoirse had anything, she dropped it, and she's like running full force to Chani.
Oh no!
So about 40 minutes after you let Eva go, Sorsha, you're at the door. Vigorous knocking at the door.
Ow, God.
Hello?
My ears are...
He
Can
hits
I
the
come
button
in?
again.
Yes.
And I go in the door, and I go up to Chani, and I'm like, and I put my arms around her, and I caress her head, and I'm like, what has he done to you, my little bean?
What?
And she's like staring down Santo.
He's at the computer typing.
no.
She's still staring him down.
Nothing?
Randomly sipping tea.
Why?
She puts her hands on her cheek. She's like, I've heard things, Chani, and I don't want them to be true. You must stay innocent, Chani.
She's going to look dumbfounded at you.
I don't think Chani's very innocent, but okay.
Chani, blink twice if he's touched you.
You just start hearing like
No.
you know how you choke on water, like drunk choke on a drink mid thing. He's just over there choking on a drink, coughing and just like hitting the table.
That has not... Eva. This came from Eva, didn't it? Oh, that was...
I can't tell that.
Well, you just
It's
did.
classified.
So... No, that's not what was happening. We're making her a gift and I needed to get her out of the room.
Ah.
It seems to have worked, huh?
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. And she looks up at the clock and she goes, "Oh shit!" And she starts running towards the training room because she doesn't want to get beat.
No, you were dismissed for the day.
This
Never
is the
mind.
end of day. This is the end of day 3.
Well, since you're
Never
here,
mind.
Bad for
do
day 4.
you want to try to help out with it?
Saoirse looks at her red, bruised body and she goes, "Sure."
Thank you.
Sada's just over there trying to clean his face up and get his breath and stop choking on tea.
I'm crying.
So when we saying that Joran makes it back from his stupidity,
Probably about midnight.
I'm going to the. Is the room like the work bait place room? Like
The general one or Sato?
Sata's on the like. Do I go there before I get to my room?
No, but it's not too far off if you wanted to.
Would I hear like any kind of sound coming from that at this time of night?
You'd probably hear Sato still working.
I'm gonna go over there and try to enter the room, but if the door's locked, I'm gonna pound on the door.
Door's open. He's just gonna stop and look up from like he has a heavy like big set of goggles on. Like they look like they magnifying effects. Just like digital things zoomed in. He has a lightsaber splayed open on the table.
And he looks at me, and there's
Yes?
probably a few new burn marks on the armor.
You need anything?
The armor works great. Appreciate it.
Good to know it turned out well.
Also,
I had to replace a
insert-
few on my tests.
Also, insert random gang name here has been dealt with.
Okay, did you alert the... We don't really do the gang members per se. Did you at least alert the standard authorities in the area? If
They're
not,
all-
I'll just let them know, but...
They're all more or less alive. You could alert the authorities that they've been dealt with.
Do you have an address with them? I can just send it along to them so they can go pick up the dealt with people?
Sure. He hands him the place he went address thing.
Okay. I'll let them know. Well done, I guess. Surprising, but well done.
They're pathetic. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Expect more of the same pretty much every day until I can leave this place.
Alrighty. I could send you after some of the more troublesome people we're dealing with if you'd rather do that.
Nah.
It'd be basically like just small bounty.
Maybe later. Maybe next time.
Okay.
I want to try to see if this other... Well, because I've been called a bounty hunter, and I don't like that term. So I want to prove that I'm not. And these people pretty much are, in certain ways. So,
I mean, you're working for us. Technically, we're not a bounty hunter anymore. You're an officer, but
well,
good point.
still. Anyway.
I
he's
just said
gonna
it like that because that's how people look at it.
Yeah, he's going to go to bed, and James is going to step away for a second to go to the bathroom.
Do you guys want to call a small break to use the bathroom? Do all that kind of stuff? At the end of day 3?
Personally, I'm fine, but if you would like to go, I can put the thing on the screen.
Oh, I'm alright. I just wanted to check and see if anybody else really needed it. But if nobody else does, we can start on to day 4.
Everything I needed, I got when James told me to go get him a drink.
Fair.
I just want to mention that Sorsha, when she took a shower that night, was crying in the shower for the first time in years.
I mean, you have a private shower, so...
I just want to assume that she was crying in the shower.
Presents are on
Okay.
the way. Stay strong.
Well, the day wakes up again. Sorsha, you get woken up again.
Did we finish the thing? Are we done now?
This time the pillow is slowly moving and dragging you around the bed. Yeah, you and Sada finished up
Okay.
the gift. That's why it took late.
Now Pillow has betrayed me.
You're inching towards the edge of the bed.
She just pulls the pillow back.
It keeps inching. Unless you want to contest this.
I wish to contest.
Alright, roll a strength check.
Oh.
Or grapple. I mean, roll in athletics. It's the same as strength, just if you have proficiency.
Do you want me to use the same roll I just got?
Yeah, you just had the bonus.
And what am I doing?
Athletics.
Well, it's the same thing, so 4.
Oh.
You're not succeeding, it's just dragging you.
Fine. She'll get up, and for the first time this week, she'll willingly walk to the training room.
You're breaking
When you
her
open the
will,
door,
Matt.
she's just standing there, hands crossed in front of her.
James is back.
Hi.
Hello.
Just like to creep outside people's doorways.
Only when I'm waking them up.
One lake.
Then let us be off.
Okay.
Today's a bit different. We're not going to a training room. We're going somewhere else today.
What?
Have you ever heard the term trial by fire?
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
Well, we shall be having some fun today, it seems.
Sorsha just sends a message to Chani really fast. If I die, take care of Arlo. Little heart.
You get that with no context, Johnny.
Get a
You
message
haven't
back.
really seen Sorsha except for that one time.
Get a message back.
Since.
What?
She does not reply to anything. It's too
Sorsha,
painful.
are you okay? Do I need to track you?
She sends back training, trial by fire.
Okay.
Take care of Arlo.
Okay.
Roll a d20 for the day. Stay with you, actually, while we're at it, James.
I have it. I'll let her
That's my
say her.
second 5 in a row.
Oh no.
Okay.
I
What's
mean,
yours,
mine
James?
has 5 in it. 15.
Is it a 15? It doesn't go quite as well as the day before, but you find somebody, you get a bit smaller one this time. You get a few more patches and beat up, but
Hey,
these guys are a bit better.
I'm breaking the armor, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, these guys are a bit better than the ones you dealt with yesterday.
Word is starting to spread. Good. Maybe at the end of this there'll be a challenge. He says as he leaves after beating everyone in here senseless.
You hit a different branch of the same gang today, effectively.
Yeah, that's pretty much why he said word is spreading quickly. Maybe at the end of this they'll be decent.
But it goes pretty well. It takes a good part of the day to get there, get stuff done, get back, all that fun stuff. There's probably stuff you could do walking around if you wanted to, but...
No, it's basically going to be, I have a job to do. I've taken this job upon myself, but I don't care. I'm bored and I
Fair.
want to have some fun.
Sorsha?
The silence. I'm sorry, but the silence got me.
It could have gone worse. It could have. But it didn't go great.
Sorsha's weakness is fire.
At the end of it, it's not actual fire. Well, plasma bolts might be fire. I don't know. They might qualify.
They're plasma.
She took you down to try to arrest a small-time force criminal, effectively. You have a lot of new blaster bolt wounds. And a lot of new, like, bruises and stabs where the person was just grabbing and throwing stuff at you as they ran away from you.
Excellent.
And at the end of it, you're just sitting there. You finally got a hold of them, but it took a while. They got away a couple times. You have a lot of new stuff. And she just, like, sits there on a chair down next to you as you're laying on the ground now, because you're probably outside a cafe getting supper at this point. Just, like, raises his finger for a second, opens his mouth, puts it back down. That could have gone better.
So out of character, just say Sorsha keeps rolling really bad for all this training. Does she not get the force?
You will. It's just
How much
how does training
damage you
go?
go through before you get it.
Okay. Because so far she's sucking at it.
We should. We'll go back to a bit simpler things tomorrow to go over the basics again. And she'll reach down and just put a hand on your shoulder, and a lot of all of it. She's been patching you up periodically to get you back in running shape again, but this time she actually just fully finishes healing all the damage is done to you.
Sorsha's just gonna like push her food around on her plate.
It takes a little bit of effort, like I said. It's not an easy task.
Sorsha's having flashbacks.
That'll probably be most of your day.
Sorsha's not happy.
Eva, are you working on the dagger, I believe it is, today?
Yes.
Okay. Make the same check you did before. I think it's intelligence or wisdom plus your proficiency in this case. I don't know which stat you're using.
I don't either. Kidding.
Whichever one's higher.
I know that. I was kidding.
Fair.
17. My brain couldn't do math for.
Okay. Spending the day going over it carefully. Just taking a look at it, trying to repair it, do some of the standard things, reinforce it a little bit. Try not to, as she asked, not get rid of all of it. Try to keep most of what you can there. You manage to pair up, shore up, increase what you think would be effectiveness and durability of it a decent bit. But it's not a hard project. It takes a while just through the methodology of the kind of change you're doing, trying to keep as much of it as you can. It takes a little bit more time to get it worked right. But probably like mid-afternoon you'll be done and shaping it up for her.
I will note it looks overly it looks more decorative than functional before you get done with it.
Okay.
But compared to what you got earlier, it looks a lot more presentable and a lot more useful, a lot more ready for use.
Less Joe Dirt.
That's Joe Dirt. Shawnee, what are you working on today?
Well, Eva's thing's all done. The only thing we have left is the rest of Sorsha's, which is already partially fabricated, right?
Yeah, she did the part of it herself. Eva did part of it.
So let's see if we can get that done.
Alrighty. Sato is busy today. It's just you in there at the moment.
This is me alone. Alright. 1 dice.
I mean, Packet's in there.
2 dice.
If you want.
Absolutely, I need 2 dice. Half my rolls are 1s and 2s.
So pull him you pull him away from his current research and stuff.
I don't care what you're doing, you're helping me. Come here.
It's not a reluctant thing. It's just like, it took a minute to actually catch its attention.
Thanks again for your help whenever we were dealing with the big explodey thing.
You just get a message that flicks back across to it. Just fulfilling designation, although odd data with it.
Accept the compliment, you nerd. Now let's do some mad science.
Right? Go for it.
That is a 30.
Damn. Okay. Easy enough. That'll take most of the day to get what you wanted into it, as you put it.
All right.
But you get done probably earlier than you have the other days since you had the whole day here. Probably like 5 or 6 in the evening. It seems to be at what you want, although your arm's probably a little sore from testing it.
Hey, Sato, look at this thing. It's violent.
Just stops. Grabs a piece of paper and starts writing quickly.
Now, I wonder where Eva's at. We need to give her a thing.
Oh god, engineers, half bard, half warlock, half. Oh god.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
The fuck.
It's secretly the perfect class for me.
It really is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what the context is, but I'll take it.
Nope, you're good. Go on. You said are you looking for Eva, you said? Or
Well, she should be coming back here, and then Sorsha's... I got a message saying that she's out at the moment, so whenever I have any notice of them returning, I'll head that way with all their stuff.
You would be getting
Sorsha
random.
never returns.
Oh no.
You would be getting random texts. I have to say this because now you would be getting random texts at the beginning of the day in the Mandalorian language Mandoa of Joran saying where he is.
Packet, can you
and
translate?
What he's doing. It's where he is and what he's doing.
you don't get an immediate response, but like a as you're reading it, you basically like a subtitle effect across the bottom of your visor.
Thank you.
AIs with access to a language center can translate quite a few things.
Give them the internet and they'll learn.
But probably like about the time just shortly after you finish is when Eva would be able to come in. Would probably be done and ready to wrap up. Sorsha, you don't get back till around 8.
Sounds about right.
Eva, hi, I have a gift for you.
Hi.
You okay?
Are you?
Yeah?
Okay, I'm fine then.
Okay, well, you remember that, big angry red lady? Back in Cloud City?
Yes.
Don't sound so glum about it. You did defeat him after all, and out of what I picked up, we have made you this. And she'll present it to her.
Okay, so he's handing you a lightsaber, but it seems somewhat similar to the one you wield, although the handle is a bit heavier. Like it's a bit wider in its circumference, a bit of a longer handle at the same time as well. And it just looks a little strange that the port's at the end. The port at the end looks a little odd. And but taking it probably weighs a little bit more than your standard one.
Oh yay, new lightsaber!
Go ahead and turn it on.
Zoom.
So when you flick it
Sorry.
on, you no, you're fine. You know how your normal lightsaber is. You've used it a lot. You've seen. You're familiar with the intensity of it. Things like that. This one has holding it. You can tell the blade is a bit more heavy. Like how to put it? It's not crackling per se, but it's just it's got a heavier thrum. You can feel like the little like the ion, the charge off of it, just a tiny bit more than the other ones. In your hand, of the hum of the power of it, it vibrates more than the other one. It seems like this is a much heavier intensity beam compared to your previous one.
James over here giggling at that fucking word vibrate like a dirty fucker.
Leave me alone. I I can't help it.
Have a trophy saber. Hopefully you manage to find some use out of it.
Probably gonna. If it's better than my actual saber, I'm probably gonna use it.
Well, I think that they have an area for testing things like that out, so you might want to do so there. It's a little experimental, but the best things standardly are.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
And it looks like we're finishing up Sorcia's thing that you helped with, if you want to be along with me whenever I go find her to give her that later today.
Sure.
Alright, you guys can easily wait, and Source will be coming in about an hour later.
This time, Sorcia's slugging. She slugged all the way from the cafe.
You probably got carried a long way of it.
Probably.
You're not sore or anything. You've been healed.
No,
Mental wounds.
she's just emotionally
Yeah,
destroyed.
I'm just letting her know.
She's destroyed.
Alright, see Source just slugging her way towards you guys.
Oh, Sorcia, hi.
Oh, Lord.
She
She's
just
dramatic.
looks up at them, and she slams her face on the concrete.
Are you okay?
Oh!
Well, we have things for you.
You do?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, we got your boots and gloves and a special thing I made just for you.
A
Excuse me.
special thing?
Mm-hmm. Technically, it's all special things I made just for you, but I haven't told you about this one yet, so it's super special.
A surprise?
Yeah.
She sits down, cross-legged, and looks up at Chani. For me?
Yes.
No, for the candy man.
But, here's your boots and gloves. Might want to go ahead and try those on, see if they work correctly. Fit you well.
She's just gonna put on her boots and her gloves. She's gonna kick her foot and see if the knife comes out.
Trying to explain to her how to make all the things do all the things.
With a little bit of talking and stuff in the hallway, you get the boot knife to come out pretty well.
She does it. She makes the knife come out.
It's easy enough mechanic.
She goes, "How do I make it shock?"
It should turn on with the action of it.
Okay. Thank you, Johnny.
Okay, now the other thing. Here, just hold at your wrist.
She holds out her wrist. Her right wrist.
Trying to get
I
it
don't
all.
know if it matters.
Well, I'm assuming that's your dominant hand.
Yeah.
Chana gets it all situated and then takes a couple steps back. And then she'll explain how to activate it.
I'll let you explain what this one is.
As Sorcia activates it, you see a little vibro harpoon violently shoot out of this thing on your wrist. And then stop a little bit. Basically like where a dagger would be if you were stabbing with it. So it's effectively a high-powered stabbing tool for whenever you're in close range with something. To use a reference from pop culture, you know how the xenomorph's tiny mouth goes... It's the same thing.
Yeah. But it shoots out of my wrist.
Yeah. Well, this little thing on your
That's
wrist.
amazing. So she looks up at Chani and tears are just running down her face and she's like, "Nobody's ever gotten me anything before."
Just be careful with that. It's violent.
first time you fire it, it does like you punch, hey, and it just tears your arm backwards, and you stumble with it because you weren't expecting it.
It does have some shocks in there, but it still takes a little getting used to.
She's gonna jump up and she's gonna hug Johnny. She's gonna be like, thank you.
It's okay.
We just
You're
hear
welcome.
that. We just hear that poof behind you.
Can you let me go now?
She lets him go. How much damage does this do?
We'll sit down and get numbers down when we have a bit better of the time of it.
Okay.
I just have a lot of numbers to explain, so I don't want to have to explain all the numbers and drag this on longer.
Okay.
Well, now we have to have a reason to put it to use, right? So, orcs attack.
I mean, this is a place where you can spar with stuff if you wish.
Now that
So
I've
she's tired.
had the craft for a lot of days, I don't want to do so tomorrow. If at all possible. I did
Alright.
get everything done, right?
As far as I know.
Okay.
Stake driver effect, boot dagger, maglock, battery pack. That. I think that's everything
Okay.
that you gave me, at least.
It is time to rest.
Alright. The day's wrapping up. Simple enough day. All of you guys check in relatively unharmed, thankfully. When you walk in, Jordan, just probably to do the same thing as the day before, Sata doesn't even look up from what he's working on. He just, like, picks one hand up and holds out a hand.
That's the little information he needs down on his hand and just leaves the room.
And just keeps working. Day 4. Sorsha. I feel like at this point you're ready.
Before they even try to wake her up, she is up and she is ready and she is waiting at the door.
You just hear.
As soon as, like, before the first one even hits, she's opening the door.
Hello.
She
Are you ready for day
stares
4?
at the woman. She stares at the woman.
Who you are actually taller than. Are you
Probably-
ready for day 4?
This is all happening probably around the same time Jordan is going to leave.
This time, yeah, I'll let you say this time, yeah, you catch her at the door and you just watch as she knocks once on Sorsha's door when it flies open in this interaction. Are you ready for day 4?
I guess so.
Sorsha, you would probably see Jordan looking over his rifle while walking toward the door that goes outside.
So it's just gonna give him like a gleeful wave.
He's not noticing it. He's looking at his gun, making sure it's working right.
Sad face.
Today, we're playing dodgeball again. And today goes a bit better than the first day of dodgeball. Today you actually dodged a good few of them. You still get hit, but not as many times by any means. At one point you get a whole round of it, like, yes, I didn't get hit. And she's just like, good, now we can step it up another notch. And they start to move even faster this time.
There's probably a non-zero chance one of the dodgeballs gets impaled.
There's probably...
There most definitely is a high chance that one of the dodgeballs comes flying at her and she instinctively goes, "Oh God!" punches it.
Oh, for sure.
But it's a fun time. Jordan, I need another D20.
This will be the. He's probably going for the kill of the rest of the organization today, by the way.
Okay.
Or as much as he can get. And it'll be a 19 on the die.
Okay. Today, you're coming across... You find another safe house. You're trying to wrap it up. And as you walk into it, you see most of the people there aren't reacting like normal. Like, there were people waiting this time. And there's a very just how to put it. This is a Twi'lek waiting for you this time, and Twi'lek are normally like lithe, graceful creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact opposite of lithe and graceful. This is a man who looks like he could grab a cinder block and squeeze.
Jordan just, because he kicked down the door with the fucking gun in his hands, he just lets the gun fall into his little sling for a moment, cracks his knuckles, and just gives the motion of, bring it.
And he goes off, and you do manage to eventually bring him down. But this one was a close one.
Oh, yeah.
This man definitely left some solid marks on you, but eventually you do manage to bring him down after a good while of hard hit and run. Oh god, there's multiple people. And
Yeah.
it doesn't take as much of the day, but you probably spend a good part of the day just sitting there like, that hurt. Small little breather. Translation, they rolled an 18.
Shit. That was fucking close.
Yep. Eva, what are you doing with the day?
Oh.
Probably just gonna relax for the day and try to contemplate life while avoiding Johnny because she's still a little confused about the whole relationship thing.
Fair. It never got explained to you that it was a lie.
Totally different fucking Mandalorian approaches.
Oh yeah. And Johnny.
I'm gonna contemplate life while this other Mandalorian's beating the shit out of the gang.
You actually get a message from Packet in the morning. It'll just be, could I requisition a small, body like the like designation Mortimer?
That's entirely possible. I have to go in and make that with stuff. Actually,
Either one existing or one to make.
The ship should be at the Sentinel's place because they were going to do a bug sweep over this week. Is it here now?
They left it at the port. They went to it.
Alright, Packet, I'll head down to the laboratory and fabricate you something.
It just puts in the option of either that or upload me into a device to form a small body.
I have something. I have an idea that you can probably make use of.
Oh dear, I might have to change. Okay. Alright, and what are you doing? I was just expecting you to be like, oh, let's do this. But okay, let's hear what you have.
Well, Johnny knows how to make a small body that can offload a little AI copy for scouting purposes. She's done it with Mortimer tons of times.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Packet can have a spider. A little jumping one with the big front eyes.
Aww.
A little jumpy spider.
Yeah.
Alright.
Our little Lucas. Aw.
Most of this is that you actually having to do work. Most of this is just the fabricator going at it.
Mhm.
So at least it's a fairly simple day.
It'll be blue.
Just go ahead and make a roll with it, and since Packet's there, it's advantage.
What kind of roll?
Uh,
Tinker?
I'll let this one be Tinker since it's not a full-on droid.
Okay. That is not a natural one. It is a 25.
Alright. You make a small little spider droid. 8-legged, all that. Thankfully the thorax, like between the thorax and the body itself, it just has actually enough, thorax and abdomen, it has enough space to actually hold Packet.
It had to have more body than the little dragonfly does.
Fair. And downloading into it, it looks, for lack of a better term, it looks actually somewhat like a little excited. and it just starts scuttling around the room.
Now, part of that is that you do have a little wire web thingy. Be careful with that.
Stops, rotates thing, launches it, and swings across the area to another table. Misses the first time and just like skids across as it was going too fast. It just drops off one end.
They're having fun.
Testing a new body. It just keeps running around, keeping fairly close today. It can't really stick to walls, but you find it climbs clothing very well just by putting the little legs, digging them in just a tiny bit.
Well, if I see it's having problems actually scaling walls, then I'll make a note of that and try to fix that.
It is still a droid. It doesn't automatically get the climbing like spiders.
Well, yeah, but Mortimer can do it.
Mortimer can fly, though. He has a lot of bullshit.
This is also true.
Yeah.
And you just get a simple thank you request for packet. And it is something to note. At this point in time, like from his initial one, there's a lot less numbers in the words.
Good. Hated that shit.
His name, Packet's name will still have it, but the words are different. But that's all he did for the day. He just spends a lot of the day. It just spends a lot of the day running around, trying to get used to the new body. You know, I never actually thought I'd look up the spider crawl speed.
It's not the fastest, but it's not the slowest. Given that they're tiny, they're very quick.
It's also a droid, so it doesn't move at quite the normal speeds of a spider.
Yes.
But that's all I had for the day. Sorsha, you're still a little sore, but nothing terribly like the first day.
Fantastic.
And day ends, Joran, probably same process total. Handing Sato off data.
Upon handing him this one, he'll say, "This time I'm pretty sure I dealt with the rest of the gang. So I think it's time to upgrade to the jobs you were saying." But that'll be for the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a take a break day, because this one was... He kind of rolls his shoulders. This one hurt.
Well, on the bright side, you got him.
I can honestly say this one wasn't pathetic.
So you marketed upgrade.
Yeah. Anyway, going to bed.
Oh, we have a good one.
And that is what he does.
You might be questioning if Sato sleeps, because you go in and he's awake, and you get up and he's awake.
He's a robot. I don't care. He probably sleeps in there to stay away from the nurses, to be honest.
All right, we're at day 5. We got 2 more days after this. Let's put it this way. Does anybody else have any hard projects for days 5 through 7?
Day 5, Joran goes and knocks on Chani's door. Because he probably wakes up.
This is the rest day, right?
Yeah, this is him probably waking up. Because of Mandalorian shit, he probably wakes up earlier. That's what I'm trying to say. God damn it.
All right.
So, beginning of day 5, he goes in there and knocks on Chani's door.
Johnny, you wake up to a knock.
Yes?
Good, you're awake. Can I come in?
Sure.
Enters. I was wondering if you had time today.
Probably.
can we go over some things? I found out that this thing does have some stuff on it I can use.
Okay.
You good?
Uh-huh.
You sure?
I'm awake.
Is it too early?
Not anymore.
You can go back to sleep, and I'll let you sleep until normal. I know it's a
No,
little
no,
early.
no, it's fine.
Sorry, it's habit. I don't expect many people. I should not expect many people to be up at this early hour. I'll leave you alone. When you're up again, come get me. He leaves the room before anything is said.
Joanna's gonna go get herself ready for the day and go deal with whatever the hell this nerd wants.
Hey! He'll be in the
Okay,
cafeteria.
so the day training, you're getting used to the wrist pad, using it, and things like that.
Shows her, hey, I learned how to do these things on it.
Uh-huh.
It's simple day training.
Wait, it can do that? I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Is this below your pay grade?
What pay grade?
Metaphorical pay grade. How about that?
I just made an impaler. I don't really think that there's like a...
I'm sorry, what?
You'll see whenever Eva gets to punch something.
Sorsha.
Yes, that one.
Sorry. Reflex.
Wait, Ava's punching something?
No, Ava should be chopping something with a super saber. Sorsha has the punchy thing.
Oh, okay.
I've
Wait,
had to make a lot of things.
Sorsha's gonna punch something?
You'll see.
That'll be a sight to see. Anyway, on top of this is just the basics of what I have right now, but...
Well, are we all
Soon-
aware that Joran's been going out and causing trouble with the local gangs?
Well, if he told you or you were checking the news, you might have seen some stuff.
Also, he sent you a text message at the beginning of every day saying, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing.
Ah, there you go.
Well, I didn't know
'Cause
if
he's
anybody
made
else
you-
is getting stuff or not.
No, he made you de facto leader, per se, and you get the text message of, hey, if I don't come back, this is where I am.
A lot of people sent Chani death messages lately.
What?
What?
No, Chani has not been getting any death messages. Although she's been getting some odd looks maybe walking around, but nothing actual death messages.
He's been getting messages about death. If I die, blah 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 blah.
That is true.
Oh, those. Okay, death messages like that.
Yeah,
I heard that as
me-
death
what?
threats.
Yeah, I did too,
No.
and I'm like, wait, what?
No, death messages.
I stand by the odd looks thing. You have been getting odd looks as you go around, but
She doesn't care.
Anyway, yeah, no, you do, back to the thing, you do know what Jordan has been doing the last 3 days.
Well, depending on what it is you're doing, you seem to be having a run of good luck, which means that that's probably about to come to an end. So for your next one, instead of going out alone, we'll just grab the party and head out with you.
Alright, that sounds fair.
Because if I know anything about how that kind of stuff normally works, you're about to hit something that you can't deal with alone.
That was the plan. Get them riled up, ready to fight. Give us something to do during the week.
cause more problems for the rest of us when we don't need or want the problems.
You're not there.
You are correct, inner Eva voice.
But anyway, that aside, I would like to talk to you more about the whole training thing I was talking to you about. This is me trying to dabble into it. Me getting this tech pad, I want to be more like what you do. To be frank, I don't know what the hell you do. You are a lot of things all at once, and I don't know where to begin. But I want a smidgen of that. Do you understand?
Not really, but I'll make sure you don't blow yourself up.
Yeah, there's only so much I can shoot down, before it becomes a brick wall and I can't shoot my way through it. And right now, whereas shooting is nice, and it's an extra set of things to help deal with things, when it comes to anything being computers or helping out finding things of that way through this stupid technological nonsense, I am useless. And I don't want to be useless. And I trust you. So, I would like you to show me how it is I go about becoming like you with this tech stuff.
I've just messed around with things until something happened that I happen to like.
It's a lot more than that. Don't sell yourself short.
Well, we'll see as we go, but... in the meantime, let's just... blow off some steam and deal
You're
with...
gone.
What?
You're gone, Matthew.
Oh, Madison here.
Gone.
Sorry.
You're fine.
And if he has something to say, then I'll stop vamping.
He's working on it.
Yeah. Hi.
There I am.
Hello.
There you
I
are.
made it fairly long without any accidents.
Yeah. What were you saying?
I was just going to give Sorsha today that when you wake up, Fafom is there again. Just like today is a bit of a different one. We're having you pull on the force, particularly more so than just, oh, here it comes.
I can only assume that Sorsha woke up early and beat her to the training ground.
You walk into the door, throw it open, and she's sitting on her chair,
Son of a bitch.
waiting.
She never sleep.
You've never seen her sleep.
I have never seen her sleep.
And that's what she'll just give you. Just today's a bit different. Today we're seeing if you can actively pull on it, as in move something, pull off a mind trick, something of the sorts.
Ooh, mind tricks.
And that's how the day goes. It's just trying to get you to pull on it. Just using different abilities. Some of them, see which ones suit you, things like that.
Cute.
And then we're on day 6. This is not even... Am I still here?
Hi.
You're still here.
Okay. It was just quiet when I said we were on to day 6. I'll say, Packet disappeared for most of day 5.
Did they come back?
Yeah, they came back later that day. Like, you saw them come back later that night, but Packet disappeared most of the day. There is a slight alteration to Packet's body, if you've noticed, but other than that...
And where were you off?
Just, laboratory facilities would be the reply you get over your text thing.
Okay, I think tomorrow we're all gonna go along with Joran to deal with some thing that he's riled up.
Just get am I to accompany?
At standard, yeah.
Just confirming. That is loud music coming
That's
from out my
very
apartment.
loud.
Sorry.
I don't hear it.
We don't hear it.
No, but I feel it.
Fair.
I also hear it. It's
Anyways.
some rap music.
So you're all getting it just a small bounty, essentially, for what Joran told you. Is everybody going along with it?
I imagine Sorsha can use a break, and this will give her a chance to put some of her teachings in action.
Yeah.
That thing, which was what was said.
Yeah.
Yep. Favom will let you off for the day. Just fair point. Go ahead, give it a shot. Test how it goes, and we can spend the last little bit of tomorrow adapting how what we can.
Okay. Thank you. She bows and runs out of there as fast as she can.
Fair. Are you guys checking on count or just heading on out?
Well, Count has seemed pretty engrossed in what it is that he's doing, so unless it seems like they are not doing anything today, then we'll just leave him alone.
I mean, you just see him heading into the training room,
He's fine.
which looks really weird because he's having, it looks like as he's going through, just pulling out and checking 3 of his lightsabers.
He's fine. He's happy.
He's very injured.
He's happy.
I'll just say that he is very injured, like numerous spots where it looks like he's been hit repeatedly, things like that. Particularly like hands and arms are very red.
Right, well... yeah, he seems engrossed, so... everybody else, are we ready to go?
Sorsha nods
More or
quickly.
less.
Before Sensei changes her mind.
So you're saying we should run. Alright.
Yes.
Eva, you good? Haven't heard from you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright.
Okay. So you guys all need damage numbers, don't you? Max, before we do this, actually, do you want to go a little bit longer? You're good with still, or because I know you have work tomorrow.
How long will this take? Do we think?
It shouldn't be a terribly long one.
As long as I'm off by midnight.
Okay.
We still have an hour then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check with her to see when she wanted to stop for the night. Because for once, she has work tomorrow. I don't.
What?
I go back to work tomorrow.
I forgot to ask. Were the grappling hooks a thing I bought on site, or were they an order thing?
On site.
Okay, well then, I have a grappling hook now, and so does Sorsha.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Hold on, I am bringing up something for you guys. As you walk in, Sato's there as usual, working on something. Just looks up and goes, so today's the day you're making an attempt?
Hopefully to finish off that gang I've been beating the hell out of. Hit their boss hard. End it.
You did finish the gang off yesterday.
Oh, that one? Alright.
Or the other day. You asked today about potentially one of those bounties, as I put it, I have out. Or more accurately, arrest order.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Dave kind of faded through. My bad.
Yeah, it happens. So, what are you looking for, roughly? I have a variety of options here.
Do you see what this party is? All of us are going. Throw something at us that only us can handle.
Alrighty. Well, you shouldn't have a problem as he's flicking through finding her, this person. She doesn't really hide. You just haven't had time to go approach.
It's
If it's
my
a-
teacher.
If it's a handle with care, you should know, I don't do that.
It's bring her back alive. Injuries can
can-
be treated, just bring her back alive.
I can do that.
Alrighty, well, I'll send you the data on where to find her, generally. Like I said, she doesn't really hide, she just kind of is there.
Is it my teacher?
No.
Okay.
But, well, have fun. I hope you like your bones intact.
I think we'll be fine.
Anyways, have a good time, have a good luck with it. If you need anything, just radio in. Or, did I say radio in? Message in.
We'll do.
And attached to, everybody gets a location roughly of where to head to for this. And as you're on the way for the travel time, since this is just simpler equipment, I wasn't expecting combat.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Johnny, have you gotten a message from a probably unknown source?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, never mind then.
He did tell you it was kind of, he hadn't had it, it might be a pain to get.
That's fine. It's been a few days, and it's a Mandalorian, so I was expecting a lot.
He did tell you it was hut space, and hut space is a bit detached
Oh, yeah,
from a lot
no,
of
I know.
stuff.
Yeah, no, I know. It's still a Mandalorian, and he's still expecting a lot. Because Lord Jordan's an asshole if we haven't figured this out yet.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Anyways, so we'll break this down. We'll start with Eva. Your new lightsaber. Much like your other one, it's a versatile, meaning one hand and two hand, two different damages, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Your one hand damage is now a 2d4 instead of a d8, and it is a +1 weapon. Do you have that part?
Not yet.
Effectively, that means you see your modifier for your other lightsaber. It'll be that, but you add 1 to the attack roll and to the damage roll. You just add 1 to the bonuses.
Okay.
Alright.
So, the saber, instead of +8, it'll do. Why do you not have it? It's 2.
I think that was all the information needed to give him, right, Matt?
No, I gotta give him the two-handed form.
Oh, I see.
It's a versatile one. I assumed you went for something like what
Yes.
Sato just went with something like what she had.
Well, we've seen her style. I wouldn't want to make her something that isn't that, you know?
Yep, that was the what I was working on. Let me know when you guys are ready for the two-handed form. Sorsha, do you want yours?
Yeah, give me just a sec. Okay.
Okay, so you have your boot knife, right? Your
Yeah.
boot knife is the same as your dagger, but it is a D4 kinetic and a D4 electric. And
She's
So
got her
two
one-handed,
D4s?
by the way, whenever you're ready.
the two-handed is 2d6 instead of a d10.
Okay.
It's also +1 in that form as the other one is, just 2d6.
And what is it? One again?
But does a D4 kinetic and a D4 lightning.
So
It's the same to hit and extra as your other dagger was. It's just now it's an extra D4 of lightning.
there's one extra D4, not 2.
Just one extra.
Okay.
And like your other dagger, it'll proc sneak attack and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
Boot knife is surprising.
Yeah.
It is. It has the hidden property, which won't come up now, but basically it means you either have advantage to hide it or people have disadvantage to find it. It's very unlikely that they will.
Hold on.
You have your gloves, which lets you stick to surfaces. Are you still ready? Sorry.
I'm
Gloves ready?
I had a disadvantage to find it.
Sorry.
That part won't be much of a problem at the moment.
I will say, I don't have a grappling hook because James just remembered I have a fucking jetpack. What the fuck's the point in having a grappling? Ava, you have a grappling.
Okay, gloves.
Gloves. They let you cling to a surface. They have an hour-long battery life per a long rest. You don't have to use all of the hour at once. You can just use bits of it here and there. And you require at least one hand on the surface to stick to it. But you need both to climb.
Okay. What
That
else?
said, it lets you go on a lot more surfaces. You have your battery belt, but that doesn't have any functions besides letting the other stuff work.
Okay.
Now, for the... I'm just going to call it a stake driver, that's what it is.
It'll be named.
Whenever you decide to name it, but for the moment, that's what I'm calling it. The
What
one
you
on your
calling
wrist,
it?
right?
Yeah.
Now, to hit, it's the same as your dagger.
Hold on.
Except, it's going to have a bonus because it's a +1 weapon.
Oh.
You both had 2 really high rolls involved with it.
So, the same as my dagger, but +1.
Yeah.
Okay, so the same as my enchanted dagger.
Yeah, same as that one.
What's the range on that?
It's 5 foot point blank. It's a punching weapon. When he says it extends past you, it does this. It starts here. When you hit, it extends out to here.
Okay.
It hurts a lot.
You can also use
Okay.
it to hold
And-
food.
Got it written down.
It's damage. Now, I will say this. It has 3 charges.
Okay.
They recover on a short rest. You get 3 uses of this per short rest.
Per short rest?
Short rest,
So 1 hour.
roughly. And it does 4d4.
So the damage is 4d4?
You roll it to hit like your other weapons, but it does 4d4 damage.
Okay. So it doesn't have the same damage as my dagger.
No. Does about 4 times what your dagger should.
Hell yeah.
And did you up your AC by 1 from the...
I
Did everybody
did.
up their AC by 1 from the armor?
Babe, did you up your AC by 1? Because you have +1 armor now.
It should be... I think if you don't have any armor for her, it should be 18 now.
I think she had combat suit. She never got the fiber armor.
Oh, that was automatically given to everybody starting.
Then you have fiber armor. You've been doing your AC wrong. You had 17 AC this entire time.
So now it's at 18 from the +1.
Yeah, you have 18.
And also, you can probably absolutely do sneak attack stuff with the stabby thing.
I planned on it. I didn't see. That's what I figured
Well,
it
you
was going to be
specified
for.
for the knife, but I didn't.
Yeah. I just figured I was going to slap it on the weapons. And I think we are ready. Unless anybody else has any questions.
James is fine.
I didn't get
James.
anything.
All that stuff.
Which I'm surprised you didn't make yourself any, but you know.
I had a lot to do, okay?
Yeah. Alright, so arriving to the area that was described, you're looking for, again, a human. A human female, but unlike a lot of them, she's described as a very large human female. Standing at like a little over 6'4", very heavy and muscular from the picture, very like grinning, like heavy grinning face. Like not grinning, like not a nice grin like that. I found something I want to do. This is me. This is what I'm doing. Very arrogant. And it's not terribly hard to find her. She's not hiding, nothing of the sorts. You catch her walking down one of like the more open squares. There's not a lot of people when you guys are looking around. And just walking into the square as you guys do, she just looks over and catches an eye. It just gives you guys a bit of a grin. Just looks over at you guys. So, you hear what I think?
No.
We hear what you... No, I can't read minds.
Are you here for what I think you're for?
To arrest you, probably.
Well, do I need to send another one back with, well, what did I do the last one? Last one didn't walk back. They carried him back. Although they did get smarter, they sent more of you this time.
Bold of you to think that we're gonna go so easily, but alright.
Just reaches down and cracks their knuckles. The neck, shall we then? And I'm
So we're
just
basically
gonna go ahead and
in the
go
middle
into
of
it.
Yeah, we're basically in the middle
It's a
of the
big, it's
square.
it's an open square. You could probably run over these buildings around the edge, but
Okay. So initiative, everyone.
yeah. Translation: I
welcome.
didn't expect combat. It doesn't sound like Eric did either.
No, it's just... Johnny likes to observe before acting.
Same.
But I have so many things that are so much better if I get in there earlier.
I normally would do more of it. It's just trying to keep it within a certain time.
It's fine. Have we all rolled now? Can we do that?
Yeah. Actually, I need to roll something real quick, and then we're good.
Don't worry, as part of my level up, if someone else casts a tech power, we can take care of them. What's that? We've mainly been fighting force people? Yeah. You're right.
Let's go.
your
25 to
best.
20.
25.
Hell of a roll.
20.
What's your? Oh yeah, your bonus is +5.
Yeah.
What did you roll already, Sorsha?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure everybody's on the thing. 20.
Sounds like the only ones left are Sorsha and myself, so I got an 8.
I got a 5.
Ah, what? That's not...
I got I got a 5.
No, she can get a 5.
After your dex modifier? My god.
Poor girl.
Alright.
Yeah.
8 for Honey. And 5 for Sorsha.
Yep.
Alright. Eva, you're up. I'm gonna place you guys about 30 feet apart.
Well, then I'm gonna move to 30 feet and pull out the new saber, two-handed.
Mm-hmm. Gonna take your attack?
Probably gonna hit him twice.
Yeah. Slashy slash.
25.
That'll hit.
Burn this person apart.
One second, I have to get a second dice. My desk is
So what is it now? You said it was like 2d6 on
shit.
two-handed mode?
Yes.
And then an extra d4
Yeah.
with all over everything?
It's 2d6 plus
Yep.
6 with an extra d4, yeah.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah.
Got something planned. Work with me here, Max. It'll be awesome.
As you move forward, drawing your saber, getting ready to swing twice. Start swinging, I mean.
We can assume she's gonna swing twice.
Oh, I don't know. She might surge.
Oh. Maybe 4 times.
16.
Just so I make sure.
16 to hit?
No, I got
25.
a 25 to hit.
That's right. Sorry. Wait. I missed the attack roll then. Did she?
No, this is
Yeah.
the first attack roll.
Yeah, this is the attack roll. You got a
No.
25 on initiative.
No, she got
I
the...
rolled a
Yeah.
16 plus my 9.
She got a
Okay,
25 to hit,
25
and then
then.
now we've been waiting on damage.
Okay. And then your damage is
16.
16. Let me mark that off. Sorry, I was writing stuff down. I guess I completely missed it.
You're fine.
It's okay.
Shit happens, my dude.
All right, you step forward. One broad swing just runs across the front of her flesh as she leans back some. It leaves a scar, like a scorch mark. Second attack.
Are you here from them cops to bring him again? What's up with that fuck off red lightsaber?
It is very bright red at this point.
$18. How do you
18
not know
was-
what 9 plus 9 is? What the?
Math is hard.
Looking at this, 18 misses.
Thick.
As you hit the one, it just grazes across. As you come back with the next one, she just leans back a bit farther and swings. She goes, "Well, at least some of you have some bite today."
You have that thing to undo a miss by swinging with one hand now.
Yeah.
That is true. That means you roll the lower damage numbers though for it.
Oh no.
I'm just
2d4
saying.
or
That's-
3d4. Remember, you can now roll another attack roll without proficiency.
So you just add your strength modifier to the hit.
Well, it's plus 6 instead.
Well, yeah, because plus one weapon. I'm just
Yeah.
throwing the modifiers.
Yeah, I know. Just making sure.
27.
How did you get a 27? Without proficiency, because it's a cover.
Yeah,
attack,
you're
so-
right.
Well, let's take away 3. 24.
yeah, I just wanted to try to get the skills right.
I know.
For the future use.
Without proficiency.
Alrighty. As you come through and she steps back forward, you just kind of like step forward and run, and it gashes the side a little bit. She twists to the side and goes, "I stand corrected."
Now roll 3d4.
Doing okay?
She just slow.
9.
I'm just making sure. Because I never know when I'm dropped from the call, if it's quiet or not.
9
So-
after 3d4 plus 6. Did you get 3
Minimal
ones?
damage. That's still decent damage, though.
Yeah.
Considering 9 is minimal, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
Scoring a little bit and just legs left, like I said. There's that. Anything else with your turn, Eva?
Action bonus, action movement.
She already moved.
Yeah, no, she moved. That's what I'm saying.
take ready stance, and that's it. If I can.
Well, you can't read anything, but you can just. You've used up all that, I guess, unless you want an
For
action search
flavor.
for already.
Unless she wants
But
to.
ready stance, I guess. Yep. On that, Joran, you're up.
To make sure I remember how this stuff works, if I use my shots, I can't second attack, right? I can't multi-attack.
No. Yeah, because it's an action to cast the tech power.
Yeah. I was making sure.
You are correct.
So, bonus action, distracting strike for a maneuver.
Okay.
Action, combustive shot.
All right. That's distracting. That gives you advantage, correct?
Gain advantage. Anybody can gain advantage on the next attack. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. There's that.
Rolling dice. But I have to say that I'm doing all those things before I hit. I'm pretty sure I hit with a 27.
That'll hit.
So. Oh. This button. 5. My maneuver dice is a D4, so I add another D4.
You get to add your maneuver die too.
Damage, yes.
On some. I don't know. I don't care enough right now for the test
Okay.
stuff.
For trip attack and distracting strike, I can add it.
Well, I didn't know you were making trip attack.
No, I did distracting strike, which is the shoot to add to give other people advantage. Or add the
Okay,
maneuver
so
dice to damage.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, so it costs a bonus action to turn that.
It's a bonus action to use a maneuver.
Oh, okay.
They use this maneuver, this specific
And I
maneuver.
use that specific maneuver to
understand
give
now.
the next person that attacks advantage.
So does that mean that the next person to attack it, whenever you do that, also gets to add an extra D, whatever the hell you just said, a 4?
No,
Just you?
Because he used it.
it's just my damage.
Okay.
But you get advantage.
It's whoever
on
makes.
it.
To explain it, he uses a bonus action to give advantage on the next attack roll against it. And since he's doing it, he is using it now.
I do.
But if he did it
magics.
after he shot, it would have applied to the next person.
Okay.
And then my combustive shot is
An extra D8 of fire right now.
a D8. Okay, that's a lot of fucking math. 11, 18. $24 total damage.
All right. As you sit up and fire off a quick shot, and she reflexively steps out of the way, and you just turn immediately to where you know she was going, and just pull the trigger and plug a shot into her. That when it hits, you guys all watch as a firelight kind of bursts from it as it catches her in the gut. He just looks down and goes, "Spicy."
Spicy.
Anything else?
Spicy meatball. Not for me, no.
Okay.
Well,
That brings it to
I'll
the
move
criminal.
back. I'll move back 30 feet.
All right. That brings it to the criminal in front of all of you. Looking down at Eva, who's right in front of you. Right in front of her, she draws back her hand and takes just a swing at her. The dice don't.
We did that wrong. It's a D6 of fire, and on the
After
start
you're
of my
done.
next turn, they take a D4 plus casting ability.
He's
Modifier.
gone. Give him a second.
We did
There
it
you go.
wrong. We did it wrong, Matt.
But
But it's okay. It's 2d6 fire, and then on the start of my next turn, she takes 2d4 fire plus tech casting ability.
okay,
Oh no, I'm
Where's
sorry.
each
It's
of
1d6. Wait.
1d6.
At 5th level, the ranged attack deals an extra d6 fire damage to the target, and the damage at the start of your next turn increases to 1d4 plus tech casting ability modifier. So it's
Okay,
1d6.
so I'll just
and
add
then,
I'll add a
yeah.
D4 at the start of your next turn to it.
Yeah.
Let it go for now. Works for me. Anyways, as I said, she threw a punch, just closed her hand and threw a punch at Eva right in front of her, and it was a critical, so it definitely hits. D6 plus that. No, not plus 48. Oh my god. And you take 45 damage, and I needed you to make a dex save as she just steps forward and drives her hand into your face.
They're a JoJo vampire.
fucking apparently, Jesus Christ.
Why a JoJo vampire?
Because that's how they do things.
Fair.
18.
How much?
18.
So you hit it and you manage to retain your footing, but you still take the 45 damage as she just smashes a hand into your face. And with a second roll for her second attack, that is that's an 18 to hit.
You know that matches our armor class. You just said what our armor class was.
Yeah, I forgot for some reason. She'll drop another one on it.
How much damage did I take?
You have 35 hit points left.
You took 45 from that attack.
Yeah.
And you take 18 as the second one. When you're distracted and reeling from that, she buries her second hand into your gut.
What's this hell spawn that you've had waiting in the wings?
It's not been waiting in the wings. I just grabbed random stuff. And it will just kind of like settle into a loose boxing stance. And Eva, for once, you actually feel, not Eva, Sorsha, as she settles into this boxing stance, you start to feel something swirling. I have everybody's name in front of me. Shush. You watch as the force, like, you actually feel something start to like swirl and tense around her.
That's no.
And with that, Chani, you are up.
Alright. Hey, Sorsha.
Hey, yes.
A little beam of energy is gonna fly from Chani's tech pad to the little back battery that she has here. You're hasted.
So, haste doubles your movement,
Mm-hmm.
gives 2 to your AC, and you get a second action to do stuff with. And you have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
2 to your AC.
Your AC, while haste is on, is 2 points higher.
Go help Eva out. And now you're inspired.
Ew.
It's a D8 now.
A
Oh, yeah,
D8.
well-
So you can add a d8 to hit something.
Okay. Cool.
So if you think a hit's not going to make, if you think that hit roll is not going to cut it, add a d8 to it.
I'm done.
Alright. Sorsha, you're up.
Sorsha's gonna use lightning charge on her new wrist thing.
Yours isn't on her wrist thing, because yours is a force thing.
No. She's using it on the thing on her wrist.
Oh, sorry, wrist pad. Sorry, I was thinking wrist pad. I have a bunch of new stuff I'm trying to keep track of. I'm sorry.
Entirely
She's
fair.
using it on the thing on her wrist.
Okay, so you're gonna try and you're gonna punch with this thing?
Go
Yeah.
flank that lady.
Okay. As you run up into it, you could flank if you wish to point this out. Since you and Eva don't know, you're allowed to do something called flanking, where you go to opposite sides of an opponent, and you have advantage on the roll.
I'm gonna do that.
So technically she'll have double advantage on the roll. Although it doesn't matter.
No, just normal advantage.
Well, she also has advantage from distracting strike.
You used it.
And
I
I get
thought.
the 8, right?
No,
The extra
I don't.
eight.
I
If you wanted
don't. I
to.
don't get to use it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you can add another D8 to it.
Doesn't she
35.
also prot sneak attack?
Shit. 35 damage. Yeah, you proc sneak attack with this. So you're
35's
gonna mark
gonna
off a
hit,
charge.
so that's for sure.
Yeah. So you're gonna mark off a charge that you used for this new weapon.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, lightning's a cantrip.
No, you're going to mark off a charge off your wrist weapon. The wrist weapon has charges, remember?
Oh, yeah.
New items. We'll get used to them, I swear.
Yep, that's why we're starting here, though. On a night we can do this.
That's kind of why I wanted everyone to go into
Fair.
combat.
So, you're going to roll... you already hit. You're rolling your damage for the weapon.
Yep.
So, 44. You're rolling damage from the lightning charge, which I believe is a D8.
We're at the level where it might be more.
No, because it's a weapon attack thing.
I thought that the charges gave one immediately. Let me check it.
That's where I'm going to check right now.
Just because whenever I
get
looked through them
D8.
earlier, they were all better than, like, the ranged ones, because they were all something like that.
I get a D8
At
extra.
5th level... No, she only gets a D8 right now.
Ah, I see.
And... it's going to be a lot of math for you. You'll also get sneak attack on this. So you rolled your 4d4, right? What do you
Yeah. I'm at 12.
Okay. Now roll your d8 for lightning.
I never have a D8 out.
That's why I just grab all the d8s. It's the one that's like a double four-sided one.
15.
Okay. Now you get to add a d4 from a maneuver that Jordan gave you.
17.
Okay. And now you get to add your sneak attack.
Which at your level is a lot.
4d6.
What was I at? 17.
17.
$31.
And did you add your bonus, like, your modifiers? Plus 4 at this point, because dex plus the bonus to the weapon.
34.
Okay, yeah. No, that'll do it. As Eva, you're sitting there, right? You're, like, reeling from these blows, and everybody else watches Sorsha take off after Chani hit her, just at a high speed, like much higher than normal, blitz around behind this person, rear back, and just drive a hand as this device fires, and just a hole punctures. You watch as it throws a hole through this girl's lower gut. Just it's see-through at this point. She just looks down for a second, just goes, huh, and then tilts and falls forward. She just broke fucking more than I was expecting.
Saoirse's gonna put her hand over her mouth, slightly horrified.
It was a heavy kick, but you just watch as gore. Eva, you're splattered in gore at the moment, by the way, as it just came through the front from this puncture.
Sorsha, be dimly aware that you can probably make another attack right now.
Is she dead?
She's on the ground unconscious. But if you're hasted, you're allowed a second attack.
You don't want to.
But
I'm
she is
just saying.
unconscious already.
Well, that one was
Do I
overconfident.
still have my lightning?
Huh?
Do I still have my lightning, or can I use it again? Is that a thing?
You can use...
Yeah, the lightning's a cantrip.
Yeah, you can use that basically every single time you hit. Well,
Okay,
whenever
so
you use your attack action, which is blah 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 blah.
Saoirse's going to take her enchanted dagger,
Sorsha?
and she's gonna...
She's down.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to take her
Unconscious.
alive, Sorsha.
Like, initiative's over. She's unconscious.
You told me she was on the ground, but she was still alive, so I thought I had to kill her.
No, she's alive, like, still breathing, because you're supposed to arrest her.
Now I'm just gonna tie her up.
Well, actually, no, it's fine. They can afford to fail a couple death saves right now, so...
Yeah, but do you want me to make that one and fail? I'm bad at those.
Not really, but I'm just saying, if she really wants the bloodlust.
Anyway, tie this
Saoirse's
one up.
just gonna kick her a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway,
Just give her a little kick.
tie
With
this
the
one
foot.
up. Ava, you look like
With
you
the
took the
foot
brunt of
that
that.
has the
You all
dagger.
right?
Okay.
I'm fine. It didn't hurt, but fine.
Alright.
Ava.
This
I
one.
mean, your nose is probably broken at this point.
Can Sorsha go up to her and like kiss her fingers and put them on her nose and heal her nose?
I mean, she's face down right now.
Sorsha's going to pick her up and touch her nose and heal her nose.
Roll one of the effects.
She meant Ava's nose, not the dead lady's nose.
Yeah, Ava's nose.
Oh, then yeah, sorry. She just
I'm
said
gonna
hers.
I'm gonna use give life.
Alright, you roll one of your hit dice. And remember, you gotta mark the hit dice off when you use it like this.
Yeah, I know. Give yourself an extra 7. Does that heal her nose?
It's still a little fucked up and a little broken, but it's better.
Okay.
As Sorsha reaches forward and just boops it slightly, and yeah, well, guys, you feel a bit of like something seep in and heal your nose about a little bit, and you heal 7 points.
I don't know if I should be grossed out or not, because that didn't feel pleasant.
Mechanically, that took over half your health on a single hit. That fucking hurt.
That
was like
that took over 80% of her health in a single hit.
No, because to second 45, right? I thought she had 80.
Oh, over half, yeah. In
Yeah.
the first, I
So,
thought the whole thing was the. Never right.
No, she made a second hit for the 16.
The round of attacks went down 80%.
So this is like that was like one of those like jaw rattling hits to the head.
I'm going to do one of those kicks to the lady that aren't damaging, that just fuck you.
Fair.
Hey, Ava. Take 17 HP. As you are graced with Kotelbeck. And I'm gonna make sure that this person isn't bleeding out onto the ground.
Sorsha try.
You watch a small bit of fire just across her from underneath her for a second.
Oh god, you stay on fire with that. Oh shit.
No, it just burst and then it kind of went out.
Are they alive?
Oh, they're alive. They're bleeding heavily across the ground, but they're alive.
Hey, Eva, you wanna kick her really hard after I do this?
No, I'm good.
Well, I think you want to because it might wake her up, but I want to do this to make sure they don't die. Fair?
I mean, I can knock her out, that's fine.
Alright. Kotelbeck to this thing. Good D4.
How much is coming back?
You only get 6 HP.
Okay. That's her minimum, so you heal her and she just kind of sits up for a second and looks around. Huh.
Tear in the face.
And then it's the scene out of JoJo's where we all just start kicking.
Everybody, I'm not gonna have it roll. Everybody just at once immediately just steps in and is like, "Argh!" Kicking it down, lady. She's like, fuck, and hits the ground.
Okay.
Alright. With that little bit of...
She's not bleeding out of that wound anymore. It hasn't closed by any means, but it's not bleeding out.
With that little bit of whatever that was out of the way, are you girls ready to take this one back in?
I'm just
Sorsha
gonna...
cracks her knuckles and she goes, "Yeah, I think so."
About now, you
care
hear like
what
a heavy like wave of lethargy seep over you, just suddenly like staggering tiredness as the haste effect ends.
That'll pass.
Oh.
I do
It
not
passes
care
quickly.
what anybody says. I'm grabbing this lady and I'm tossing her over my shoulder and I'm just like, you fucking move and I'm going to knock your ass out.
Make a strength check as you toss close to 300 pounds on your shoulder.
Funny bitch.
Alright, fair enough. You can hold her. As you just toss this and you stagger for a second, but you stay upright. And your threat goes unheeded as she is unconscious.
They are already
I
knocked the
thought
fuck
she...
out.
I thought she woke back up.
She did for
She
a moment.
did, and you all kicked the
then you
fuck out of her.
Fuck out of her.
All of you did.
Not
I
Jordan!
did not
Jordan
agree
was
to
the
that.
fuck back over there 60 feet still.
I did not agree to this.
Oh, well, even if you did it, everybody else kicking would have. Even just Sorsha kicking because sneak attack.
Anyway,
Sorsha just wanted to join in because peer pressure.
And you can all return it back, and Sato's just waiting in his lab. If that's where you're going, I assume.
Joran walks in first. Hey, but drop it on the floor.
Just looks over. Huh. Fair enough, that's about what I was expecting. Although, that's a new hole. I'm pretty sure she didn't have that from the records.
Don't worry about it.
She's breathing. I don't really care.
Sorsha just giggles a little bit.
Bitch
Like I
broke
said,
my
she's
nose.
breathing. I don't care. Yeah. I told you, she knocked out and broke the bones of a few good people forehead.
She's overconfident. She could use a little bit more training to take away the bravado, but nah. Put her in prison. Let her get her bravado worked out there.
Yeah, maybe prison, maybe something like you guys. She actually hasn't done all that much.
Sorsha automatically feels terrible.
If it's something
Mild
like
property damage, mild assault of officers.
if it's something like what we allegedly did, then
Oh, nothing near what you allegedly did. Like I said, mostly minor cases of assault. If someone picked a fight, she went too far, she knocked out a good few officers.
then I would say send her with somebody way stronger than her and have her taught discipline, because she's lacking it heavily.
We'll find out what goes with it. Your part's done in it all.
Anyway,
I'll deposit a little bit. Technically, you guys fulfilled an independent contract. That'll get paid. You'll get paid for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot, but it's still some.
It seems that all of our stuff works.
yeah, I was about to say, y'all guys have some nice new stuff. It looks great.
Sorsha just looks up at the sky, feeling like a god.
Looks up at the ceiling. There is no sky.
Looks up at the ceiling, feeling like a god. I am giver of life. I am taker of life.
Oh.
A very
Are
unorthodox
you-
weapon. As he just kind of looks over at the table. Well, it's a very unorthodox weapon, but it works.
She gives Chani another hug.
Hi.
Thank you, Chani.
Glad you like it.
I
Pretty
do, and
sure
she pats
you're
her
gonna-
on the head.
Pretty sure you're gonna have to get back to training now, right, Sorsha?
No, I'm off for the day. I'm gonna go eat.
Huh, fair enough.
I agree.
Johnny. Do you think we should check back in with the one individual?
Oh shit.
Why?
Well, just to make sure they're doing all right. Besides, I like their food. High on the carbs, you know?
Oh, you want us to head to where we dropped off her son?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, Sorsha wanted food stuff. I suppose we could go there if she wants, right?
I don't know. Do you want to check in on your kid, Sorsha?
Yes, my darling little boy.
I mean, you're obviously cooler than he is now by any...
The clacking on the keyboard slows for a second, and then continues.
So did I see that right? You lightning charged your as of yet unnamed impaling device.
I did.
That was
I
cool.
did that.
That was cool as hell.
It was.
I gotta admit, that was actually really cool.
And you can just
Sorsha does a little dance.
do that. Right?
I can just do that.
Well, I guess your force training's going rather well.
Good.
And Eva the Saber
You
did...
just hear it from the back. You just hear from the doorway.
and,
Nobody's there. She's walked past.
And Eva, it seems your Saber
Paranoid.
did well. Any problems with it?
Say one more time, you blinked out.
Eva, I guess your saber did well. Any problems with it?
Not so far. I absolutely love it, though, either way.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it too.
I have to say, this tech stuff does work out really well. Being able to set something on fire is quite fun.
Okay, let's...
I'm afraid he's going to turn into a pyro.
Nah.
We'll see, huh? Let's go get some food, huh? Saying huh
Yeah.
a lot.
Yep. Okay, so heading back down to the grilled churros, I believe is what I called it. What I'm flipping through notes. Yep, grilled churros.
Checking on a Sith boy.
Side
Getting
note,
in there, at the... Coming out with food this time. There he is in all of his large glory. Looking a lot less like worried or frazzled than the first time you guys all came in. And as you guys walk in, he walks out with food. He's like, "Ah, all of you are back." And then he's just like, "Hold on just a moment," and walks over, like very deftly weaving between tables for such a large man, and slapping everybody's food down, and then just walks up with a big clap and goes, "Oh, what can I do for you guys today?"
You seem to be doing rather well. How's the kid?
Doing much better. We've got him, well, not stopped with jobs, but at least on more legal and what's the word?
Safe.
Tracked jobs. Safe's not the right word, but tracked jobs.
Fair.
Not at the moment. He's off on one of them.
Well, we wouldn't. Will he be back sometime today?
Today's this. No,
Ah,
he's off planet on this one.
fair enough. Well, your food's damn good. Very high on the carbs. I rather like that, so I'll take some.
Alrighty, same as you guys had last time.
You damn well know it.
yeah.
Alrighty, it'll be out quick enough. And he'll swing back in to grab it all. And not a long wait, probably about 15-minute wait before your food comes back out. Drinks come back out, slaps it out, and goes, "There you go, hope it's a fine meal. How might I ask, have you guys been having any luck in your endeavors here?"
We've been
You
doing
could say
decent
that.
enough, haven't we? Looks over
I
at
mean,
Johnny.
minus a nose there, it looks decent enough.
If
Well, that
another
comes with the
person
territory.
says anything about my nose, I swear to God.
You might want to do something about it. It's kind of...
I
I
have to say,
know!
it
I
got
can
broken-
reset it if you want, but it's going to hurt like a motherfucker for a
I
minute.
have to say, it got broken through a helmet.
Yeah, yeah, I did. That's what'd you get hit by? You pointed out your comrade there said a helmet. Don't like the person, I understand. Like I said, I could reset it for you if you want.
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, any other requests for anything else, or I must say I'm the cook tonight, so I don't have a lot of chit-chat time, unfortunately.
That's fine. We came in to check on you anyway. Just making sure you're alright.
Everything's doing much better now. I'm happy he's at least on legal endeavors and jobs versus heading down there.
I wanted to see my boy, but I guess it's not gonna happen.
She's saying that out loud, I'm sure.
I know. It just gives you a bit of a look. Indeed, I guess. Did I miss something?
I think
Yeah, you
Sorsha
did.
here has adopted the boy.
Good luck with that. I barely got it. I barely got it through.
He hates me. But that's fine.
If it encourages you, he didn't hate any of you. At least not from what he said.
He's
Then
a bit of
there's
a
a
brat,
chance.
but
He's a teenager.
yeah, I was just about to say he's a bit of a brat, but that comes with their age.
Things are going better for him though. But
Good to hear.
I'm gonna step back onto the kitchen if you guys are good for the night.
It was nice talking to you again.
Happy to check in and see how you guys are doing. And he'll step back and start walking back towards the kitchen. As last time, it's a very solid and good meal.
Good food, good prices. Always down.
I'll wrap it up with the night. If you guys get this done, you get back for the night. And do you guys have anything for the 7th day, or is it going to be a more rest day?
Probably a more rest day. Ava got fucked up.
I need to get healed.
Sorsha's been training all week.
Let's say on the 7th day, probably about noon, Sorsha.
Yeah.
You see a foam approaching and just sit down in front of you and just feel like, so, you seem ready for this. Just, if you need any assistance or help, we're all here. Find somebody, something for it all.
She salutes her. Yes, ma'am.
Just gives like a head, slight head nod. And on that,
She
let you
runs
guys
after
do.
the old lady and gives her a hug before she leaves.
Oh, she's not an old lady.
I thought she was an old lady.
She has gray hair. She's not an old lady.
She runs and hugs the lady that's not so old anymore.
Just stops for a second and then just gives a soft around and then continues on.
I'm gonna put a sight on my harpoon gun.
Okay. Make your roll real quick.
Now is the time for
Are you
me to
doing-
fail now that I'm
Are
finally
you doing what you
something for
did
me.
to Sorsha's?
Yep, that's all I want. Something
Were
from
you?
me. It should be easy. Right, Di?
What are you doing to the harpoon gun?
Remember you guys added the reflex sight to Sorsha's.
Oh.
13.
Huh?
13.
You have packet.
You always have advantage.
Well, I don't
Eric.
know if they want to help me or not. 23 then.
Okay. It's easy enough to attach and work on one real quick. It doesn't even take terribly long.
Okay, Johnny, let's make something for ourselves. Okay, what do we want to do? Well, we should probably upgrade our weapon in some way. Everybody else got cool things, but not us, really. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's do this.
Oh no,
Dice
now
guys,
you
what do
just
you
have
say?
packet
Got
on
it
your
too.
shoulder. You do watch something interesting while you're working on this.
Go.
Packet's been fiddling with one of the other synthesizers and tools in there and sits under it for a minute, and then after a couple of maybe an hour of tinkering, you watch this 4 little lights float off out of the abdomen and then back into it.
And what are you playing with now?
And that's where we'll end it.
Okay.
You don't get to know.
That's just a +1 to hit, right?
Yeah. Your dagger now, the one you gave to Eva, is also a +1 weapon now.
I see.
But that was our night of that. I think next week we're back onto normal schedule
Yeah.
and normal stuff. I will check with Robert to make sure, but I believe so.
I would still petition Tinker Time to be the episode name.
That was a lot of it. But there was also a lot of other stuff at the same time, like beating up gangs and getting beaten with dodgeballs.
Well, that was just boring old Joran doing his normal thing. I don't think that's worth mentioning
Are we
too
all
much.
good for next week that we know of?
Hell yeah.
As far as I know,
As
yeah.
far as I
I'll check
know.
with Robert to see if he's good.
You know I ain't got no life. I'm always free.
Alrighty then. That'll be it for tonight. So, until next time. Be seeing you.
Bye.